I wanna all night. Say it. I wanna all night.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option due to unusual rain and thunder, baby I wonder, would you just put your sweats on for me? Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for ya. Let me lay a great time on ya. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Saying if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high. Tell them turn the lights down right now, put me in the mood. I'm talking about dark room, perfume. Go.
I recognize your fragrance. Hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit. And I know your taste is a little bit high maintenance. Everybody else basic. You live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it? I mean, I write poems in these songs dedicated to you when you're in the mood for empathy. There's blood in my pen. Better yet, with your friends and them. I really wanna know you off. I really wanna show you off. Fuck God, pour up plenty of champagne. Cold nights when you curse this name. You called up your girlfriends and your girl in that little bitty range. I heard that she wanna go and party. Nigga don't approach her with that Atari. Nigga that ain't good, game home is sorry. They say conversation rule a nation. I can tell, but I could never right my wrongs unless I write it down for real. P.S. You can get it, you can get it, you can get it, you can get it. And I know you what you want. Oh, what it does, just put it in the song. Alright.
Yo, welcome to SC
shit.
Experience.
I fell asleep.
I get it, my
Waiting for the show to
fucking intro.
start.
I get it,
God
my
damn.
intro's long. Fuck you. I get it, my
Shit.
intro's long. God damn it, bro. Fuck off. Anyways, shout out to everybody, man. Blessings to you guys, your fan base, man. Welcome back to the SC Experience. We're live on my channel and Ern's channel. You feel me? How are you doing today, Ern?
Oh shit! I just woke up, bro. Fucking around
Because
with
of
Eric
that
and his
bullet.
long ass
Fuck
intro.
you. Fuck you.
God damn! You really need to play 7 intros, bro?
That's 2 intros, bro. And they ain't even the longest in the nation, bro. There's people that have longer intros than me. Shit.
Yeah, there is. You ain't
Coming
lying.
after me. Shit.
I'm feeling pretty good. My Warriors won today. We about to give y'all that motherfucking business come Tuesday evening. You know what I'm saying?
Here we fucking go again, bro. Here we fucking go again. It's okay, bro.
Hey, if y'all want to see me and Eric do a simulcast, a Warriors Lakers playoff game simulcast come Tuesday, put your ones in the chat. Throw your ones up high.
It don't
Hands in
fucking
the
matter. I
air.
ain't
Throw
doing
your
it, bro.
ones up
I ain't doing
high.
it. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it.
Why?
I, bro, cause
You
every
scared?
time I do a Laker live, we lose, bro. I'm not doing it. I'm not
So you're
doing it.
saying, are you saying your teams are they're
I'm
losing?
bad luck when it comes to going on live. That's what
You're
it is.
bad luck when it comes to the Raiders too. That don't stop you.
All right, nah. Hell no. Look, besides the point, we're not here to talk about this bullshit basketball. We'll play the Warriors and we're gonna win. It's all right. I'm fine. Big LeBron, you feel me? Besides that, the NFL draft just passed by. Now, the NFL draft was a very interesting draft. A lot of players that were projected to go in the further rounds went earlier, and all the people that went in the were projecting the earlier rounds went in the later rounds. And there's a lot of debates going on that, oh, this player sucks because he got chosen at a certain level and this guy was better and this guy. At the end of the day, regardless of where you're drafted, your abilities are never going to change. Whatever abilities and skill set you came into the draft, you have those still. You getting picked in the sixth round, first, second, third, fourth does not change the abilities you got. And I've seen a lot of that with the Raiders specifically. Of course, a lot of our draft picks have been controversial due to three things. Either one, we didn't really necessarily target big names as far as big names in those positions of needs. Number two, some people come up to say there was better value picks there ahead of the ones we chose. And then three, why trade up for certain players when they could have easily dropped down? Now we're gonna talk about all those three things and more with each of these picks. We're gonna go one by one in each pick and analyze the shit out of them. As you guys know, I'm a big college guy, so of course I've been doing. And the reason why I didn't go live yesterday because I didn't want to do
Hi
a
Laney, hi
couple.
Kev, what up,
I didn't want
Omar?
I didn't want to do a couple hours after the draft because I felt like I really wanted to analyze these picks before I said anything. But let me give a shout out to the chat because I see the chat popping right now.
What up,
Shout out to
Jorge?
all eyes in the building. Jaw Raider in
All
the building. Salute,
eyes.
salute. The
What up,
Nation
Ja?
Nightmare in the building. Hollywood
What
Eric
up,
15 minutes
Cortez?
late. Fuck you, cool. All right. Shout out to Raiders Pinoy in the building. What's
Nigga,
good?
he's
What's good?
West
What's good? Shout out to
Hollywood,
Cool.
bro.
Shout out to Raider Kush, my brother Kush. If you want to join us later on, bro, we'll send you the link. Just let me know. Just let
Kush.
me know. Shout out to Raiders Pinoy in the building. George C. What's good? What's good? Good to see everybody in here, man. Shout out to Auntie Six.
ECG,
Hello,
what's
fuck the
up?
Warriors. That's a fact, Auntie Six. That's a fact.
I mean,
Uh,
listen, we'll see if y'all seen that same tune in the week.
Shout out to Omar Juarez in the building. What's good, young pig? Good to see you, Omar. Hope all is well with you. Laney, what's good with you? What up, sis? Good to see you again here. I appreciate you being here. Shout out to I don't want to skip anybody. ECG, my brother ECG, man. I was doing a watch party with him on his channel and stuff like
Who
that,
is
man,
that?
and on my
Slay?
channel. So shout out to ECG. No. Slay's a part of it, but ECG is if you remember the Jacksonville Jaguar preview. He was on that one. He's a big college
Okay.
guy. He does stuff like that.
What up, ECG?
If you guys wanna go, if you wanna know more about some of these players, man, and all those things, bro, go to ECG. ECG actually got credentials to go to the Senior Bowl, so he was actually at the Senior Bowl. If you wanna go see
Okay.
some of the interviews, he's got it over there. And
What up,
he's got
Ron?
one of our seventh round pick actually,
What
where
up,
he was
Don?
actually talking shit. And you guys go check it on his channel by Nesta Jade Severa. He was in the Senior Bowl and he actually caught on tape Severa talking shit, and it was a pretty good, interesting thing because I like that type shit.
Yo, Don Phillips. It's not really celebrating the Raider picks or complaining. It's just gonna be keeping it real, just telling the truth of what we feel about
We're gonna analyze
whoever.
at the end of this analyzation. Eric always speaking the truth. You already know what it is. I'm real. You know, everybody always sometimes think that I'm so negative or I'm so positive on certain things. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep it real. My especially with the NFL draft, even with other teams, regardless of the pick, I'm always gonna analyze it the same way I did before the draft even started, before they even wear the silver and black. Because at the end of the day, their abilities, their skill sets don't change just because they're a Raider. They don't change for me. They don't change that. Oh, just because he's a Raider, he's got plus 10 attributes added. Like, no, no.
Laney got called a rain cloud the other day, man. I feel you. Just embrace
So
it. Fuck it.
we go,
Just be the
we go,
best rain cloud you could be.
so we go analyze these picks today one by one. I like some of the picks. I don't like other picks, but at the end of the day, I think overall it was a solid draft. I don't think it was the best draft that it could have been. It could have been better, but it could have been worse. I'm gonna give it my overall grade at the end. But we're gonna grade each pick. I know Ern has a whole different mindset on each pick than me. And we might disagree, we might agree, but we're gonna talk about it. Shout out to Omar. They followed a draft board they felt strong about, and that's exactly what I think they went based by their draft board, and they went strictly on that draft board, which I respect. That's how war rooms work. That's how organizations work. Is this celebrate Raider picture complaining? Oh, that's what you read earlier. It's more analyzation, analyzation. Shout out to Big Worm, I Panda TY, Panda in the building. What's up, Panda?
What up, Panda?
Shout out to James Purple in the building. Yes, sir, we had fun. That's a fact.
What up, James?
Hate Eric kid middle name. See, I told you Nesta's a dog. He actually told me about it when we picked him because I wasn't too familiar with him. And then
I keep hearing that he's a dog. Yeah.
the past 24 hours, I was like, oh shit, I liked what I see on film. So we're gonna talk about Laney. I feel you. I ain't gonna lower myself to their level. Yeah, we're just keeping it 100, you know? Do we had an A draft. Ooh, interesting. And now the players had to do their job to make it a great draft. For me, I'm not going to give it an A. I don't think any team, as far as previewing the teams based on
The
thing, I
Texans
think
have
I
an A
think
draft.
I think the Texans, if you want me to put a team at the A position, it's the Texans. And you go look at the draft board. Um CJ Stroud and Will Anderson. That alone is really good. Um Shoot the link. I want to see the interview. Hey, ECG, if you're still in there, do you have the video that you could actually you sent it to me. Let me put the link in here. We'll watch it together, but I'll put the link too so you guys could go support it. Because it's his channel at the end of the day. Let me see.
So as far as they say the A draft, I don't quite know about it because we still didn't address the inside linebacker. That's my biggest reservation with this draft. We're going with Robert Spillane. Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah, we go talk about it. We go talk about here. Let me Senior Bowl. Nestor. Nestor.
Yes, all eyes. The
Nestor.
positive bunch is a fragile bunch.
Nesta J. Nesta J. Nesta J.
Like
Nesta
like
J.
movie glass and shit. You know what I'm saying? Drop a piece of paper on it and it breaks.
Where the fuck it? Oh, Nesta. Here you go. Here's the link to the video if you guys want to go see it. It's a short. It's from ECG, of course. But I'm gonna play it out loud for you guys too. Just go over there and go show him support on that video as well. He was at the Senior Bowl. That's him actually recording it. Here is what Nesta real quick. Just to show you guys what I like about him. Him talking shit is funny. It's confident, but he backs it up. Let me see.
I'm hearing this guy's the truth.
Here, look it. Here we go. Let me zoom in, bro. If you didn't notice what he said, he said
I've been doing this shit for 5 years.
he's been doing this shit to him since the past 5 years. So saying that he practically has been dogging that guard for 5 years in college. And I like that. I like that a little bit of trash talk, and he backs it up when you really look at tape. But we'll get to that pick, of course. That was ECG's channel, by the way. I want to give him all the credit. He was at the Senior Bowl. Go support it. I put the link in there. So here we go. Let's start off with Tyree Wilson, 7th round pick. Jalen Carter was on the board. I was a little mad, tense for 30 seconds, but then I thought to myself, I actually like the pick. It ain't a bad pick. It could have been. I even said it before the draft that if we picked an offensive line at number 7, I would have went ballistic. So I'm glad we went defense. Tyree Wilson is the second best defensive end next to Will Anderson, and I will forever say that. The guy has physical abilities, all the tangibles in the world. Wingspan is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, of an edge rusher. On top of that, he's a first-round talent. I said it before. He reminds me like an Ezekiel Ansah type build. He reminds me of a little bit of a Michael Parsons type deal that the way we're gonna use him in stunts. Like I said, very very good size, a huge wingspan. Like I said. Besides that, his length helps him so much on tackling and getting to the player, getting to the running back, getting to the quarterback. On top of that, I mean, the guy is good. I mean, the guy is a monster, bro. A very good power rusher. The only thing that I would ever say that is sometimes if his get off ain't the best, he tends to be out of the play. But besides that, he does a pretty good job of being consistent with it. I like him a lot. I think him with our defensive line looks really, really good. It's just will they play him? Because we still have Chandler Jones here. And I hope so. I hope so in a lot of stunts because he will be really, really damn good on this defensive line with everybody out there. But what do you think about the pick, Ern? What do you think about Tyree Wilson, bro?
So after thinking about the pick, I mean, I like it because, like it just kind of I have to live with it. I'm not mad at the player. I mean, I'm not really mad at the pick. My only problem with this particular pick in this situation was that Jalen Carter was on the board
Okay.
and we passed on him. That's my only issue. Other than that, if Jalen Carter would have been gone, I would have given this pick an A+. It's just that Jalen Carter was on the board, which is just makes me a little just like, but you know what I'm saying? We got Tyree, so let's roll with it and see where this goes. You know what I'm saying? I'm all the way on board. I was just disappointed that we passed on Jalen Carter. That's all.
I feel it. Shout out to Cash Lord. He says Lakers versus Warriors. Yeah, you already know, man. Lakers all day. Tyree is going to learn, and that's the positive about it, right? He's going to be learning from Crosby and Jones, regardless if he has a lot of playtime or not, right? That is the biggest plus, right? You got a veteran guy. You got it all. Both one a. Actually, I'm gonna say it now. Two future Hall of
What up,
Famers, bro.
Sean?
Crosby, he's a monster, and if he keeps going in the trajectory he's going to make a name for himself at that defensive end position, especially to make a case for the Hall of Fame.
You said
But
two Hall of
besides
Famers.
that, I think Crosby's gonna be one if he keeps going as consistent as he's been. If
You
he
think Chandler's
doesn't,
gonna be one?
then he's out. Chandler, yes, bro, because of his statistics, bro. That's all that's saving him. If you look at his stats from before he was a Raider, bro, he was very, very fucking dominant, bro. And that's gonna make him a Hall of Fame because looking how the Hall of
He
Fame works,
was.
they 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 tend to look a lot into that than anything else.
Your
Um,
whole career, yeah.
yeah, so but besides that, I think I give Tyree Wilson a grade level wise an A minus. I think that if it was Jalen Carter, I would have given it an A+, but I think with Tyree Wilson, I'll do A minus.
Exactly.
I'll
I
get I'll
agree
give it
completely on that.
I'll give it an A+ if he does do what I hope they do and start him and give him a lot of play time. I don't want him to sit behind all the time because a guy like him, you can't waste his abilities. His physical traits are one of the best. I mean, bro, I heard he's got the longest wingspan of the edge rushers, bro. Like that physical ability is unteachable. You can't teach that. And
He's
his
got a
his
longer
power,
wingspan than Max,
mhm,
and
and
Max
that
is known
helps
for
him
being the
tackle.
condor.
That
Yeah,
helps him tackle because he's got that reach. He's got that reach. So for me, I think it's an A minus pick. I really like the pick.
I agree.
I do think we could have done better with Jalen Carter, but I'm not gonna discredit Tyree Wilson thinking he's a bum or something. Tyree Wilson's a fucking baller, and
Jalen
him
Carter is
mixing.
not the Jamarcus Russell of DTs. He's more like the Randy Moss.
Well, you know who's the Jamarcus Russell? Anthony Richardson, and I'm saying it right now. And he got
I
to the,
don't see that.
which is interesting pick. It's an interesting pick for the Colts actually. They went Anthony Richardson instead of Will Levis. And I told y'all that overrated Will Levis, man. I told everybody they didn't listen to me, and now everybody's questioning why did he drop so high,
Who are
so
the
low.
Colts coaching staff? Who
Shit,
did they get to come in there?
I'm not sure.
It really depends on the coaching staff on how he
Hey,
pans out.
you know how happy I was to see Will Levis go to Tennessee, bro? Because I thought that the Raiders would have picked him in the second round. Bro, bro, I was so happy. Like, if you guys go to the ECG's channel, I gotta get the clip. I was like, fuck yeah, 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 yeah. Because I
I
was
know you've
so
never
scared that we
liked
were gonna
him.
choose him. I was so scared we were gonna choose him, bro. I was so scared. I was like, fuck no, bro. And then when Brian Branch got left, I was so mad because I wanted Brian Branch so bad. But back to this. Tyree Wilson, A minus. Could be an A+ if he gets a lot of playing time and he actually does produce. And he's got all the NFL. He's got all the NFL talent, all that in general. I like Tyree Wilson. I'm not gonna discredit the guy. The guy's a baller. First round talent for sure. Seventh round pick, I don't think so, but hey, I'll take it. But at the end of the day, it's a desperate need of pass rushing. Now the second round. I'm gonna let you kick it off. Michael Mayer, tight end. Darren Waller replacement. What do you think?
Man. So when this pick, I'm gonna give you my initial reaction and then my actual after thinking about it. So my initial reaction when this happened is, what the hell are we doing? More offense? But
Mhm.
then looking at it and the reports and everything is like, okay, I see why we did what we did. I was just looking at it like we got Austin Howard, I mean, Austin Hooper and OJ Howard. Why we go draft a tight end in the second round? But then looking at him, he looks like fucking Darren Waller, to be honest.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I mean, I understand exactly what they're doing. They want to be a tight end heavy team. Probably gonna need about three tight ends because they can do a lot of two tight end sets. You know what I mean? So probably gonna need three of them. So it makes sense to me. Fuck, I wish we could have got an inside linebacker right there, but I see what they're doing. Overall grade on this pick, shit. Um, solid B,
Okay.
straight B, no plus, no minus, straight B.
Okay. And yes, Castro, he's 6'6", 280 something pounds, wingspan, one of the biggest wingspan in the defensive end position. Why did everyone want Carter if he didn't even finish the workouts as pro did? This is the thing with Jalen Carter, right? And this is
That's
the
a
reason why
generational talent,
it's
bro.
a generational talent, bro. And in the right coaching staff, which I think we got the right coaching staff now. Rob Leonard, bro, the guy we picked up, a lot of people don't talk about it. I think I'm the only one that really truly has brought him up and talked about his resume before. This guy's better than Franco Khan, bro. Like literally better than Franco Khan. Franco Khan was if you guys didn't know, Franco Khan was the defensive line coach last year. And I didn't like him too much. I did think he had a lot of potential because he had a resume of himself. But Rob Leonard is a very good defensive line coach. And it's only gonna get better with the people they chose. And I think Rob Leonard had to do a lot with that Tyree Wilson pick, a lot with it. So I trust it. I'm trusting the process. And you're gonna see what picks I didn't like. You'll see eventually. But I did like the Michael Mayer pick, bro. The reason being, I thought, and you guys could go back, he's one of the best tight ends in this draft. I think he was a first round tight end, a first round guy. The guy, uh, baller, bro. I mean, a possession tight end, a guy that catches everything and anything, a dominant 50-50 ball getter. The only problem with him is he doesn't have the speed that a lot of tight ends in the league. The way Darren Waller's speed was, is not that. But you seen it when he got chosen, right? People compared him to Mark Andrews, and when you really look at Mark Andrews, a little bigger Mark Andrews, he a possession tight end that goes up, gets it, that could beat anybody on a one one. You feel me? And could bring a lot of dominant, dominant plays through the middle of the field. So I could see why they chose him. I mean, it's a tight end. He works in the system. He's 21 years old. If you guys
Is
didn't
he
know, he's
slow,
my
Eric? Everybody talking
he's
about
not
his lack of speed, but in his highlights, that motherfucker looked like Darren Waller. You look like quick. I don't know what everybody
he
talking about with
wasn't
the
the
lack of speed shit.
fastest as far as all the tight ends go, but that's why people talk a lot about his lack of speed. But but he's got amazing catching ability, bro. Like amazing catching ability, bro. And Terrence is a Notre Dame fan, bro. He'll even tell you, bro. The guy's a baller. Like, and I hate Notre Dame. I hate him. But
I don't like Notre
he
Dame either.
when I seen him firsthand, bro, against my USC, even though my USC defense was horrible, the guy's abilities was crazy. He was catching crazy shit, bro. And I like him a lot.
Okay.
And he's easily transferable skills, abilities into the NFL, bro. So I like him. I like him. I like him. I'm gonna give this pick. I'm gonna give this pick at the value of the pick an A, a solid A, because of the value. He's a
I
first
might
round
have to
talent
bump it up
going in
based
the
on the
second round.
value. I'm hesitant to give it an A, so I'll go B plus.
Mm-hmm. So I
I
like
don't want to
Michael
give
Mayer,
any picks really an A until I see them.
and that's the thing too. I might have to bump it down because of that. Um, but as far as these grades go, as far as preview of the value we picked them at, the abilities they bring to the table, that's where I'm basing my grades, and I'm pretty sure Ern's basing his grades. Um, then we'll give them, and then at the end of the season or in the middle of the season, half of the season, we're gonna talk about grades as far as halfway through the season. And then at the end of the season, we'll give them an overall grade if they were a boom or bust for the rookie year specifically. But I do like Michael Mayer because he's a first round talent grabbed in the second round. Do I think that we should have traded up? No, no. I think Michael Mayer would have fell. I think Michael Mayer would have fell to us because we were only three picks away, 3 picks back from the 35th pick. So I didn't think we needed to move up. But I like it. I really like Joey Porter Jr. though, man. I was
I
so sad
agree.
to
I
see him
agree
go.
with you, Laney.
I'm wait and see skeptical of the regime. You'll start to see my grades go hella down right now. You'll see right now. And actually,
I like this pick though. I like this third round pick. I really like
Byron
this third round
Young.
pick.
I'm not the biggest fan of Byron Young, bro.
Why?
I like. I think. I think the better Byron Young was the boy from Tennessee.
But he's a defensive end. We needed a tackle. That we addressed. We addressed the need.
He was an overall better prospect to me, bro. And there was a lot of more value at that defensive tackle position at round 3, just for me personally. But
This
he's
guy.
not a
This guy
D.
opened everything up for Will Anderson. So you
Oh
put him
yeah,
over
of
there.
course.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
he, that's the thing, bro. Like Will Anderson made him better. Byron Young made him better. Like it was like a, like a little
A
bit of
give and
like,
take.
give and take. Me, I just think that there was more value there. That's the problem. I thought there was more value there that we could have got, but it's not no F. It's not no D. It's not no C. It's a B pick for me. It's a B pick for me. It's a solid B for me.
How
For
is
me
it a B?
personally.
It's a B pick for me, and it's a B pick for you. But you didn't like it, and I liked it. We give it the same grade. That shit's crazy.
Because this is the reason why I don't give it an F and D, because he's got a lot of good abilities as far as Byron goes. Like he's got good abilities, but like I'm not saying he's trash. Like no, I just think that there was better value there. That's all I'm saying. You feel me? Of course, if you guys don't know who Byron Young is, he's straight out of Alabama. He did play alongside Will Anderson. He's got the build for an NFL talent, easily. He's got a very good, stronger upper half than lower half. His lower half needs a lot of help there. Besides that, very physical guy. He had 5.5 tackles for loss, a career high 4 sacks last year. And he was a disruptive lineman, a first team All SEC as well. And that's why I'm not mad at it. That's why I don't give it a C, D, or F. Um, Actually, I'm gonna bring it down to a B minus. For me, it's a B minus. For Earn, it's a B. Um, but the only reason why it's a B minus is because I think there was more value there. At the end of the day, his reaction time is not the greatest, but like I said, he's a good size, very dominant, physically,
He's
and
one
he
of
has
my favorite
versatility.
picks in this whole draft.
He has versatility. He has a lot of versatility. So he could play inside, outside, and that. What's the question is his speed, because he's versatile. Do you take the chance to play him at the edge? No, I think you just keep him at D
Nope.
tackle. I think he's good in the interior, and you keep him there. He's got the
But you
physical traits.
can't. You
So
can put him at the edge in a goal line
yeah,
situation.
because of the versatility. But besides that, I think I would keep him inside. Personally, I would keep him inside.
Yeah, I want him inside. Yeah, for sure.
Mhm. Eric Earn, what's good? Crazy Drive, give it a solid B. I think solid to you guys and the Raider Nation family. Shout out to Angel, man. Salute to you. Shout
What
out to
up,
everybody
Angel?
in here, man. El Capita Rafael in here. Raiders 805 is up in here, man. Don Phillips is up
Rafael.
in here. Good to see every single one of you guys. Y'all Raiders in here, man. Hopefully I don't skip anybody. Arkham Raiders in
What
the
up,
building.
Key?
Pinoy. What's good with
Hey,
y'all, man?
Key, congratulations on that fucking A plus draft, man. Shit,
Oh, their draft was hella.
you guys
Hey,
went crazy.
Howie is a genius. I'll give you guys that. Howie's a fucking genius. And I ain't gonna lie, you guys are Super Bowl favorites for a damn sure, bro. Top 3 in Super Bowl favorites, bro. I got the Eagles top 3 in Super Bowl favorites. And I got Texans playoff favorites, bro. I'm telling you. The Texans,
I had them to win their
they're
division.
building something over there, bro. They're building something over there, bro. Now, let's go with Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker, slot receiver, a quick little good route runner. A questionable pick for a lot of people.
Okay, so we
Because
have
of
a
his
Hunter
size.
Renfro and Jacoby Myers, and so we have basically more slot receivers than we do regular receivers. With
Mhm.
the glaring need still an inside linebacker that hasn't been addressed.
Here's the reason why Trey Tucker was chosen, and I believe why Trey Tucker was
The
chosen.
Eagles got
Um,
Eli Ricks too.
yeah, they did, they
My
did.
God.
I think the reason why Trey Tucker got picked is because exactly what Josh McDaniel's offensive system is. It's been a lot of slot receivers, and why go after a possession big guy receiver when we got Devontae Adams? But I do think at round three, it's a little bit of a reach. Personally, I think he's a fourth, fifth, sixth round talent. I think he's a fourth, fifth, sixth. I don't think he's a third round talent. Um, that's all I'm saying as far as the pick. I give this a C plus. But I do like his abilities as far as his route running. His route running abilities, he gains separation because he's so smart. He's a little bit of a speedster. He's a little bit of a quick guy. Um, he has explosiveness to him. Like I said, that route running is pretty much creating space. Um,
What up,
the thing
Jack?
is,
You okay?
and the thing is his size. His size is a con. His catch radius, because he doesn't got the longest of arms. You feel me? And I think most likely he's gonna play a lot of the slot, a lot of the slot, a lot of the slot. He's gonna be a lot of the slot. Um, and yeah. So, what do you think about this pick? What do you think overall?
The NFL comp that he's supposed to have is Tyreek Hill. So if he's anything like that, then this is a win for us. The only thing is, how often do we hear this guy's the next Jordan, this guy's the next Calvin Johnson, this guy's the next this, and this guy's the next that? How often do we hear that? And how often do they pan out? So that's my only thing. And I'm again, this is another one where I'm not mad at the picks. I understand what they were doing. I just, bruh, where's our inside linebacker? Are we going with Robert Spillane? And that's a theme you're going to see through every fucking draft pick.
Mhm.
That's my issue.
For me, it's a C plus grade. I don't think I wasn't too excited about this pick. I do think that there was a lot of receivers still left that were really good. One of the best receivers on the board was a guy that went, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, fifth or sixth round. Let me double check for you real quick, and I'll tell you the name right now, and you guys could probably pinpoint on who I'm talking about. Let me see. Give me a second. But I give it a C plus. What's your grade for it?
B minus.
Minus. Okay.
Because I understand what his role is going to be in the system. You know what I mean? So it's like, I get it, but bro, inside linebacker, man, come on, man. We
Hmm.
got three slots and a big play. You have no possession receiver. Who's our possession guy? You got to
Hmm.
have a possession guy. Everybody has to have a role to play.
Hmm. Let
You know what I
me
mean?
actually look at it. Um, I'm trying to check right now. Give me a second.
The Keelan Cole.
Mm-mm.
We got
Or
Devontae, three slots, and I don't even know what else we got right now.
yeah, we don't have that.
And then we got Philip Dorsett.
Oh,
So we have a
Parker Washington from Penn State. A.T. Perry from Wake Forest, and I like Xavier Hutchinson a lot.
these are unsigned free agent, undrafted free
No, they
agents.
were wide receivers that were picked in the sixth round. I thought there was a lot more wide receivers out there. Ronnie Bell, he went in the seventh round, but Ronnie Bell was a fourth round talent, bro. Ronnie Bell was another one on there. So I think there was more receivers out there. I think you could have got Trey Tucker a little bit back. Um, I think we could have got a linebacker at this position, but I'm not gonna give it a DRF. I'm gonna give it a C plus, solid C plus. And kind of like what Omar said, if Renfro gets traded, then it's gonna go up to a B.
They've said they have no intention on trading Renfro. They got a bunch of calls on draft day, didn't trade him. I mean, draft day is usually when trades happen. You know what I
AT Paris
mean?
644. No, yeah, that's good. What, bro? We just gave up Matt Collins, bro. It's like a slip and slide. You feel me? And I ain't gonna lie. I mean, having a possession receiver like that on the other side at the red zone would work. Would work. Um, but I do understand the Trey Tucker pick. That's why I give it a C plus. I do understand it. And like I said, his separation, his ability to separate, his speed, all of that takes into account, and I really enjoy that. He's just small. That's all it is. But hey, we got Trey Tucker. It's not a horrible pick at all. I'm all for it. Let's do it. Let's see what he could do in the system. If he plays his cards right, he'll be a really good threat for us. Um, so now we go about round four pick 104, which was four picks after the Trey Tucker pick. Jacorian Bennett. Now, I'm gonna let you start with Jacorian Bennett before I.
So again, another slot corner, a small corner. They can play the slot. I hear he can play inside and outside. If we're gonna use him on the outside, I get it. But it sounds like we're gonna use him on the inside. So how many inside slot corners do we need? Well, we have a glaring hole at inside linebacker yet and still.
Mhm, mhm,
This is one of those where I just feel like we're being redundant. And I don't feel like these are addressing needs. I feel like these are like extra toys to play with and not and like I said, just not addressing needs. I don't quite understand what they're doing here. They must have been really, really high on this guy and he must have failed to that point if
mhm,
this is what they did. I don't quite get it. I'm not gonna shit on dude. I just don't get it.
mhm. If you guys don't know who Jacorian Bennett is from Maryland, um, he's a here. Let me actually zoom it in for you guys so you guys can actually see it a little bit more. Let me actually highlight it too for you guys. We're on this pick. Jacorian Bennett is a very interesting prospect, right? A very versatile guy. A very versatile guy. Played nickel corner. They played corner. He played safety. He's been very versatile all over the secondary. He could tackle really good. His football IQ is up there. The only really thing is his down the field speed. Besides that, he gets a lot. He tends to be a lot of handsy, and that could be a problem in the NFL level because of penalties. Besides that, I mean, I don't really got too much. He was a transfer out of community college after 2 years, going from community college down there in I believe Hutchinson, and then transferred to Maryland where he spent rest of his career there, and very versatile all over the secondary. So, um, do I like him?
Alfakazi.
Do I like him? Is he a good prospect? Yeah, he's a good prospect. I mean, I think round four is good for him. I think round four, round five was good for him. The only problem where I lay is that at this pick, I was rooting for Clark Phillips the third. I was hoping that we could get Clark Phillips the third. I think Clark Phillips the third was a better prospect than Jacorian Bennett. I also thought Kelly Ringo was a better prospect than Jacorian Bennett. But Jacorian Bennett's
You don't even like
versatility.
Ringo.
I don't. And there's a reason why he dropped to the fourth round. He was a first round talent in a lot of boards before the season even ended, before college even ended. They were talking about this guy being a top five corner. And I always said, bro, he's overrated. He's not a first round talent. He's not a first round talent. No, people were like, hey, he's a first round talent. And then when the offseason came, people started being like, oh, yeah, he ain't a first round talent. And I said, he's a late day two, day three guy. And he went in day three. I said it. I said it about Kelly Ringo. His position, if you were to pick him at 104, was a good value pick. That's what I mean. Because he was not a first rounder. He was not a second rounder or even third. But I do think Clark Phillips the third was my number one corner on the board at that time of the pick. But I do think that Jacorian Bennett brings a lot of versatility and a lot of versatility guys. The guy is pretty good in man. He's pretty good in man, bro. So that's something I'm grasping on. So I give this pick at value there a B minus. A B minus. What do you think?
I'm not. I'm. You know what, E? On this one, I'm gonna pass on giving him a grade because I'm not. I think it'd be unfair for me to give him a grade because I know absolutely nothing about him. The only thing I know is that he was picked where I was expecting an inside linebacker, and that's not fair to me. That's not fair to him for me to give him a grade based on that. So I'm not gonna give him a grade.
Ringo did get exposed by Marvin Harrison. The moment I seen that, bro, I dropped it down desperately on my board, bro. Um, um, So I think it's a B minus. I think it's a B minus pick. Because his value is not bad. He's a fourth round guy. He's a so in some cases some can say late third round. But I think it's a pretty good value pick at round four. I think this is where he needed to go. So I'm not mad at it. That's the only reason why I don't give it a C, D, or F. Because it was good value. The next guy though, I'm gonna say it right now. I'm giving it a D. I don't give a fuck if he's a backup, bro. I'm giving it a D. I'm
Why?
giving it a D because, bro, I think Tanner McNee was better than him. I
I
don't like
wanted
Aiden
Tanner McKee
O'Connell,
from
bro.
Stanford as well.
I
Why?
don't
Why
like
don't you like
Aiden
McConnell
O'Connell. I
or
don't like Aiden
O'Connell?
O'Connell. And I'm hearing this Tom Brady shit, bro. Stop it, bro. Could somebody stop with it, bro? Could somebody stop with the goddamn Tom Brady talk, bro? Like somebody, please tell me what the, please tell me what the, bro.
He said
The
he's the next
moment
big
I
thing.
heard the next Tom Brady, I shut everything off. I shut everything off. I said, fuck this. What the fuck? What do you think about this pick, bro? Maybe I'm just too bad, and I know people are gonna say like, Eric, relax. He's gonna be a backup anyways, bro. It don't matter, bro. There was better prospects there that could have been better at that backup. But go ahead.
You know what I see when I look at this film?
What do you see?
I
He's
see
got the.
a typical New England quarterback. That's
That's what I think.
exactly what I see. I see a
You know
New
what? You're
England
right. You're right.
quarterback.
I'll give you
That's
that. I'll give you
exactly
that.
what I see.
I'll
He
give you
looks
that.
like a clone of any New England quarterback that you've seen anytime when
He
Josh
does.
McDaniels and Bill Belichick have been there.
He does. He does. He.
I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that, like, for everybody that wanted an athletic quarterback that's going to get out and run and all that shit, that's not necessarily. I mean, can he do
Aiden
it?
O'Connell's
Yeah, I've
not
seen
that,
a
bro.
couple on his highlight film, but I mean, that's you're going to get basically not a. I'm not going to say a Derek Carr type quarterback, but a Derek Carr style quarterback, that Derek Carr Tom Brady style quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what you're getting. So if you wanted Hendon Hooker, this isn't that guy.
You drafted the Super Troopers.
I give this grade actually ironically, even though I'm not for this system and this coach and everything that we're running, I give this pick a B plus.
Okay. And Dodd Phillips is right. Aiden O'Connell's, which rest in peace. My condolences. His brother did die during the season, and he did play that week. If anybody knows about a lot of things when people pass away, the people you love, it could hit you, man, in different ways depending on who the person is. And somebody like a football player like Aiden, man, hearing a story like that, bro, and him still playing, I give him a lot of credit for where it is. Typical players tend to back up and take the day off. But Don Phillips is right when he says Aiden did play that week, and he reminded me of this because I completely forgot about it. But like I said, my condolences, but that doesn't change my grade. I think it's a D plus. I don't. I think we could have
A
got.
D plus. That's crazy.
I think it's a D plus. I don't like the quarterback, bro. I I'd even have him in my top 10 if I'm being honest. And that's just me being like being D might be harsh. You know what? Thinking about D might be harsh. I'm gonna give it a C minus, a C, a solid C, a solid C, a solid C, a solid C. I'm not gonna give him a D plus because he ain't
That's
shit.
more fair.
I'm gonna
At
give him
least
a
you're giving
C.
them a
Give him.
even playing field.
I'm giving him an even playing field. I'm gonna give him a C because he does have a release that is pretty. It's
He's
weird.
pretty
It's weird.
fucking accurate too.
Yeah, yeah. One of his biggest cons was his turnovers, though. He did do a lot of turnovers, but
He has
I do.
good.
Which actually, I'm gonna give it a C plus because he is better than Brian Hoyer's old ass. So I'm gonna give it a C plus.
He
I'm gonna
has
give it.
good ball placement and pause in the red zone. You know what I'm saying? Like he has like pretty accurate, like in as far as corner throws and back of end zone throws. I was like, I'm impressed with that part.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a C plus.
Yeah, O'Connell has upgraded the Raiders number 2. I agree with that.
Yeah, I think he will beat out Brian Hoyer, and I think he'll beat out Chase Garbers.
I hear that this guy is like another religious quarterback. So if you guys hated Derek Carr because of he's not going to cuss, I mean, I want to see what kind of energy you have with this guy.
Second half of the season, he was really good. Yeah, he said A plus Officer Farm. This year's Brock Purdy, I'm telling you. Ooh, that's a hot take. Okay, I like it. I like it. I like
I
it. I
mean, he's
like it.
probably going to get playing time because I'm not expecting Jimmy to fucking play all the games. You know what I'm saying?
I truthfully thought we were going after Will Levis after he fell. I did too. That's why I was so excited when he went to Tennessee. I was like, I was like, uh, cool kid. We have Chase Gar. Oh, Bright Horse. Shout out to Spicy Raider in the building. What up, Spicy? Good to see you. Hope
What
all's
up,
well.
Spicy?
He looks like a car relative. um, you're right, Ern. Way better in red zone quarterback than car besting. I heard you say. Oh my god.
Oh God, bruh.
Don't even get into
Any
that. It's
chance
Cash
you
Lord.
get to
Cash.
shit on Carr, huh?
The
Man,
scatter report
that's
says he's a real
crazy.
asshole
Hey,
sometimes.
your favorite cologne must be Obsession for Men, huh?
Smith is A plus and will get more off the field. Hey, let's talk about Smith. This is my favorite pick of the whole draft. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. I don't care what anybody says. This is my favorite pick. This is an A plus plus. I'm just kidding. It's an A. It's a solid A for me, bro. This is a second round safety, bro. This is the second round safety. We got him in the fifth. What are you talking about? A.
What's his size? Like, pause. What's his measurables?
Who's measurable? His?
Smith.
I'll double check for you right now. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, let me see. I like this pick a lot, bro.
Tell me why.
He is 5'11". He's 5'11". He's 192. He ran a 4.62, 33 jump, 9.8 broad jump. And yeah, I like him a lot. I like him a lot. I do. I do. I don't know.
So
Maybe
is
I'm
he
just bugging.
free or strong?
Is he free or strong? I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he played free safety. I'm trying to think.
So is his if his NFL
I think it was
comparison is
free safety. I
anything
think it
like
was a
a
free
Earl
safety.
Thomas, we need an Earl Thomas back there. And
Mhm.
you know what I mean? That's our new
Uh,
Deron Harmon. So we're gonna put him in strong safety, is what you're saying, Kush.
I mean, he played
Well, I
free safety, I
mean,
believe.
we he has to play strong because that's where the hole is.
Hmm.
Yeah, Kush is saying he's gonna play strong. And he can play the slot too, so that's a good thing.
Hmm.
He's not Earl. So what would you say his comp is? At 5'11, he's not gonna be a Cam Chancellor.
Oh hell no, hell no. Let me see.
If he's anything like Hafenga, will be good. He's a little, but play big and he tackles good. Okay, okay.
Mm-hmm. Give me a second.
So Kush, you're saying his comp is Deron Harmon? Okay, so he's okay. I got you. I got you. I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So like a Tyron Matthew, where he's always around the ball, like a defensive playmaker type of person.
Mm-hmm. He played a lot of. So I was right. He was a free safety. He played nickel hybrid as well. So he's versatile in that sense.
What up,
Um,
JT? He says he's Ryan Clarkish. Would you say that's fair, Eric?
Not necessarily.
No.
Let me see. What did let me see. Let me go through. Let me scroll up because I kind of didn't read anything. Salute. Da, 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 da. Let me go up. Fuck. Damn. Hey, the chat's going crazy. I appreciate the 50 plus in here, man. If you guys can hit that
Hey,
like button, man. Subscribe if you're new. Um, I'll
I
greatly
noticed they're
appreciate it.
taking a lot of like high character guys, people that can lead in the locker room. So I do like that. We have to see how that translates into the season because that's one of the main things that we're missing is like locker room leaders, and it was very evident. So hopefully that's what they're doing here. Oh, that's right. We got
Actually,
Epps to
oh,
play strong safety.
he was a Georgia team captain.
Was
Yeah.
he?
Yeah, he was a team captain, bro. I could have swore he was a team captain. Can somebody double
Okay.
check that for me? I could have swore he was a team captain, bro, for Georgia, if I'm not mistaken, or he was at least team captain somewhere, bro. I could have swore for 2 years or three. I'm not necessarily 100%. What do you mean he's a second round safety? He was projected fourth round. He's projected fourth or fifth round in I believe the NFL CBS. In Draft Network, he was projected second, and a lot of people's draft board, he was projected second. So it just depends on where you look. Like literally, it just depends on where you look. But for me, he was a second round guy, bro. For me, I had him at my top 5 safety positions
Yeah,
since the
he was the
start.
captain.
Yep.
Stetson Bennett, uh, Cedric Van Pran, defensive back Christopher Smith, and linebacker Nolan Smith were captains for that particular game, national
Hmm.
for the national title game.
Hmm. Nah, if that don't tell you something about him, bro, I don't know what will, bro. That alone, I like him. I like him. I'm giving it an A. What do you think?
Don't know anything about him, but I'm hearing great things about him. Everybody loves him. Again, I'm not going to go off of just everybody else's opinions, but yeah, I mean, I'm going to take it into consideration. So I'm gonna go with the B plus A minus. I'm giving it a
Okay.
slash grade because it's like right on that border.
I feel you. And he said he was a leader of Georgia defense after taking his teammates from the motorcycle accident. He did. He did. He took that spot away, and then he became you don't become a captain for no reason. You feel me? Like forcefully. There's other players that were there before you. You feel me? You get what I mean? Um.
Uh huh.
So I like him. I like him. His leadership, his abilities. I think it was a great value pick in my opinion. Um. But yeah, and especially we don't need him to start day one. We don't. That's what makes us better. He picked off Bryce Young. He did pick off Bryce Young in the national championship. Picked off Bryce Young. But I like him. So I don't know. I don't know if anybody has a different grade for him. I have an A. Ern said he's got lower than me. Um, so yeah, I like it. Not mad at it. I like
I'm just not trying to jump too high on the bandwagon. I mean, like,
it.
too high on these players from what I hear, and I'm not trying to shit on them too much. So I'm trying to give them a fair grade, but just based on what I know, which is not
Yeah, yeah,
much.
yeah. The reason why I gave him such a grade is because literally since the beginning, even before free agency, and a lot of people could vouch for this because some people in the chat could vouch this list right here because I showed this on screen before. I had him in my top 5. Here, let me show you guys. Look at the safety. I had him in
Damn.
my top 5 of my personal favorites. I had him in my top 5 overall. I
Where do you find time to watch that much fucking film to gain opinions on all these players?
I gained. I started watching a lot of college football this year. A lot of college football, and then on top of that, I gained film, like straight film, all 22 from college, and I was just watching the shit out of it, bro. And I kept looking at these players, and yeah, I like these guys.
Okay.
This was before anything, and like I said, you guys could say why don't you have Tyree Wilson as your top 5
I
defensive
was
ends there?
just finna say that.
Um,
As you said that, I was
the
just finna
reason
answer that.
being is because this list right here specifically, like I said, was my favorites. My favorites. Like my personal favorites. You feel me? You see what I'm getting from? If I go overall draft board, you would have to go to my further lives, my most recent lives, and you'll see who I had over. And even you could go to the Ian K show. I was just talking to Tyree about Tyree Wilson on the last Ian K show, I believe.
I think so.
So, so yeah, like I said, this was just my personal favorites. Christian Smith was always on my list. But yeah, that's just with me right there. Um, yeah. Let me
Okay.
see. Yeah, he's a potential starter at 170. It's great. He said this head man hasn't been live in 3 months. Come on, man. Let me see.
After the Lakers lose, you ain't gonna see him live no more until the football season.
Tyree has a list. Frank injury. Yeah, I feel you. Let me see. 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 Oh shit! The Houston Texans in here. They're talking shit. Fuck you. We just gave you
Hey,
credit, man. Come on.
the way they drafted, bro, they can basically say whatever they want. The only people that had a draft anywhere near theirs is the Eagles.
God damn, we got the Houston Texans talking shit in here, bro. But yeah. So let me go back to
We
sharing
was just
screen.
giving y'all props, Texans. You ain't got to come in here and shit on us though. We
Yeah.
was just saying that y'all are gonna win that division now.
Mm-hmm. Let me go back to this. All right, next one. Amari Burney from Florida. What you think?
Does he play the inside?
He did.
Again, this is a fucking theme. Like I was saying, this is a theme you're going to see through the draft. The inside linebacker position did not get addressed. Do I like a lot of these picks? I see what they're doing with them, and they all play a role, but we did not address the glaring need. I mean, I understand what they're doing with this pick. This guy is supposed to be like a super, super good coverage linebacker. This is supposed to be Travis Kelsey's kryptonite. We shall see, because there's been a lot of people that said that about, but that's the whole reason that they drafted this guy. I was watching Hondo Carpenter's live or his video, like his little podcast video or whatever, and he was saying that this guy was drafted specifically to match up with Travis Kelsey. So this is going to be like your Kelsey stopper, hopefully. So we shall see. I still think we needed an inside linebacker, but if this plays out and it pans out to be what it's supposed to be, then it's an excellent pick. I don't even know how to grade it.
Um,
I'm gonna
for
grade it on
me,
potential. I'm gonna say B plus. I'm gonna grade it on potential.
I, whoever said it's a Kelsey killer, I just I hope you're doing good. Uh, um, I hope you're not smoking anything bad. Um, yeah. I just want you to go back in the film and watch film, not highlights, please. I'll greatly appreciate it. Um, the fact that people are saying that Amari Burney is a Kelsey killer.
That's
Uh,
what Hondo Carpenter said.
uh, Hondo Carpenter, I respect you for a lot of things you say, but that one, sir, good job because you got a lot of clicks. Good job because you got a lot of clicks. But there's, bro.
I mean, he didn't necessarily say he's supposed to be the Carpenter, the Kelsey killer, but he said he was drafted to match up with Kelsey.
I'm taking off my glasses for this one, bro. The fuck? All right, sorry.
Just saying.
I just had to get that out real quick. Amari Burney is an interesting pick. It's a pick that I would have not gone with, personally. But there's a lot of stuff to talk about Amari Burney. I believe he was a corner before that transitioned into a linebacker. So that's an interesting thing at itself. Um, also, I'm trying to think. He's a 6'2", 228-pound linebacker. Had 4 sacks, 2 interceptions, four forced fumbles, and 41 tackles for the season. Very versatile guy. Like I said, he transitioned from a corner to a linebacker. He was better in. He wasn't that good in man than he was in zone. He was very, 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 very good in zone. Um, I think that he's had a lot of experience. I think he was a 5-year guy. I think he was a 5-year redshirt, so he played a lot of years there. His man-to-man coverage needs a lot of work. And overall, um, I mean, what can I say? I mean, a good value pick at 6. I mean, round 6 is the destination for him. Um, he, I mean, I don't know. There's nothing else to say about him. I don't. That's all I could really say about him. He's very versatile, and like I said, he was a cornerback converted into a linebacker. So what do you think? Well, as grade wise,
On potential, a B. If he does what he's supposed to do, what he was drafted for, it's an excellent pick. If he doesn't, then this is a throwaway pick.
I'm gonna give it a B too because I think this is the round exactly where he needed to go. And he ain't a bad prospect. He's got a lot of potential. I just don't think he's a day one starter, which is fine. We're not asking for day one starters around 6 or 7. Um, but this next guy coming up, he has a lot of
Steal.
he has a lot of
That's a fucking
potential.
steal right there.
He has a lot of potential to be a starter eventually if he plays his cards right. Shout out to Holly in the building. What up, sis? Good to see you. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Paul Gaines
Halle.
in the building. Paul Gaines in the building as well. Good to see everybody. Thomas Hernandez is up in the building. Lakers are gonna beat the Warriors. You already know. Yeah.
What? Come on.
I'm
Come
just seeing a
on.
lot of comments. I'm
Come
sorry.
on.
Now we're going with
You don't
Nesta
even
J.
believe that.
One of my favorite picks too. Nesta J. Silvera from Arizona State. Round 7, pick number 231. Nesta J. Silvera. I give it an A for the round 7. A good steal at round 7. And yeah, I mean the guy, physical guy. Um, he the only thing he really lacks is his pass rushing ability, and that has a lot of potential at that. He didn't really have that much help at Arizona State. But in Nesta J. Severo, as you seen earlier in the short I showed you, he's a very good trash talker, gets in people's heads, and not only that, backs it up with his physical trait. A very good run stopper, great run stopper actually at that. Um, a one gap type dude that could get in between the guards. 6'2", 304 pounds. He's not the tallest, but he is pretty big. Um, and yeah, he's an early down guy. He's a first, second down guy. Especially when there's teams that are run heavy. So expect them to you know, be there. You feel me?
So
When there's running.
Kush is saying that he's a Haloti Nada type. Now that's great and everything, but the problem with that is if you're gonna have a Haloti Nada, who's your Ray Lewis? Robert Spillane?
Nah, hell no. But
Not talking shit to you, Kush. I'm just saying like for everybody to think about that. Like, you know what I mean? We got everything but the most important part of the defense.
But when it comes to Silvera, the only reason why his rushing ability ain't the best because he doesn't got a lot of tools in that tool belt when it comes to pass rushing, as far as pass rushing moves. But he's got a lot of potential, and like I said with Rob Leonard, man, I'm telling you, um, I think this is a good pick at 7. So anything else you want to add about Nesta J before we get into like all the comments and stuff like that? As far
Don't
as
know
questions,
much about him. I hear that he's I hear he was what, like a third round talent, bro. To get him in the 7 and play the role that he's gonna play. So he's gonna command two blockers, which is gonna leave everybody else one on one. And I don't think he's necessarily gonna send Bilal Nichols home. I say Butler and Farrell need to be shaking in their boots though.
hmm um, and yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to really say. To be honest, I think a lot of the picks were good at the value. Would I have gone another route in certain cases? Yeah, I would have went Clark Phillips instead of Jacorian Bennett, and I would have went Henry Toto instead of Aiden O'Connell. So.
Where did
Um,
he end up going?
Actually, we traded back, I believe, for a team that picked Henry Toto, and I think the Texans got him.
Shit.
I think that's how
Texans are
it
gonna
worked.
eat
Let me
this
double
year.
check that. Let me double check that real quick. Let me double check that real quick.
What up, Twan?
Let me see. Let me double check that before I get into anything.
So after seeing this draft, I'm not so mad at Ziegler. I think Ziegler is really trying to do his thing. I think the
Yeah.
problem is going to be Josh McDaniels, though. I just don't like this fucking dude. I can't stand him. Ziegler is slowly turning like I didn't like him either. I was like, nigga, we got Dolph Ziggler as the motherfucking GM, but
The
he's
Dolph
he's
Ziggler.
he's winning. He's winning my respect. So yeah, I'm halfway on the Ziegler train for
Mhm.
now. But bruh, nah, I'm not. I'm not fucking with the. I'm not fucking with Josh McDaniels in an Uber.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? It might not be. Yeah, we did. Oh, we moved back for Christopher Smith. So never mind. But that Aiden O'Connell pick, I would have went Henry Toto. Personally, I would have went Henry Toto or Noel Sewell. That's it.
But
Um,
Jack, if they're trying to build from the inside out, why didn't they draft the inside linebacker?
Shout out to Raider Twan and Sinister. Was good. Good to see you. And shout out to Kevin. If you guys can hit that like button for me, hit that like button. I'll greatly appreciate it. Um, Kush, I'm glad you brought up his size. I love that you did because I love this. I love this when people talk
Kush,
about
pull
Clark
up.
Phillips. I like the 5'9"
Eric, I'm gonna
Uh,
send Kush the link.
yeah, go send Kush the link so you could get on here too, and we could have a little bit of talk on Clark Phillips. The reason I like Clark Phillips a lot is if there's one thing I learned about
Check your
last year
IG, Kush.
is I should have never doubted Amik Robertson. And Amik Robertson is smaller, I think, than Clark Phillips. Now, Clark Phillips, if you look at him play, he's a ball hawking guy. Ball hawking, physical abilities, the instincts, the football IQ. He has it all. It's just that height. And that's all. That is all. So, personally, I still like them over Jacorian Bennett.
I mean,
But
Eric Allen wasn't a big fucking corner neither, but he was still great.
mhm. So overall, I think shout out to Realist Raider. Amik is shorter than Eric. Why are you guys making fun of me, man?
Ain't
SC,
nobody
read
shorter
up and
than
see
Eric,
my
bro.
take. Okay, let me see. You could see McDaniels and Ziegler want to build inside out. At least trying. With so many picks, just got to be the right ones. It's interesting. I mean, I think our defensive line is great. If you ask me, I
You think
think
it's great?
I think they addressed it well.
You think defensive line is great? Did you just say that?
Yeah, you don't think it's great?
Oh no,
What do you think it is? Mediocre?
no. I think it's good. I don't think it's great. I think they made improvements, but to call it great is going to be a huge stretch.
It's a stretch. Okay, so you think it's
Great,
all right?
great is the defense. The Eagles' defensive line. There's probably.
Okay, if you compare it to the Eagles and Niners, all right, it's not great.
I'm
Okay,
saying that's
at that,
great. That's what I
okay,
consider
okay. I'm gonna
great.
say it's
So
a good
I say
defensive line. I'm gonna
we're
say it's a good
good.
defensive line.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
good
fair.
defensive line. That's fair. That's fair. Good defensive line. Okay, now that you put it like that, he's not great. That's not great. Yeah. What happens if some of these guys pan out? You feel me? You never know. You never know.
They have the potential to be great. But I mean, every fucking defensive line in the NFL has potential to be great because all these guys are the top 3% in the world at what they do.
Mm. Let me see. Let me see. How is this tackling? I'll wait. Yeah, I'll give you one thing. Jacorian Bennett is technically a better tackler than Clark Phillips because Clark Phillips needs to work on that consistency. But now let me tell you this: who's better in coverage between the two? I'll wait.
Kush gonna try to challenge Eric on college. I don't even challenge Eric on college shit. I just be like, okay, that's your field, homie.
I know Kush knows what he's talking about. I love these talks, bro, because it's a good conversation overall. What did Holly say? Holly says, "Oh wait, I thought she said something." These guys can't tackle like earned tackles that salad bar at Olive Garden. Oh nah, oh
Bruh,
nah.
we
That's
know Cool Kev
crazy.
eats it.
That's
We know Cool
crazy.
Kev eats
That's
at
crazy.
McDonald's,
That's
bro.
crazy. That's
Because the
crazy.
Olive
That's
Garden
crazy.
don't even have a
That's
salad bar. They have all you can eat
okay.
salad they bring to your table, genius. They don't even have a salad bar. So we know you eat at McDonald's and Burger King. We know you never been there.
Oh, come on, Raider
See,
Kush. He
he
said,
tried to come
"Don't
for
make
me.
me pull up and take my belt off." Come on, man. Come on,
Like on
man.
Baby Boy. Oh, you got heart, huh, little nigga?
Eric wanted to draft Deuce Vaughn. Hell no. The fuck? Hell no. Deuce
What
Vaughn, you
what
got
did you
me
say,
fucked up.
Jack? Ern, did you see it? No, what I did see is I saw that ass whooping we gave y'all today to send y'all home. Send y'all home with Sabonis with a black eye and everything.
And that's what I'm saying, Castro. That's why I like the Michael Mayer pick a lot, bro. That three tight end set is gonna be crazy at the goal line, bro. Because if there's one thing I forgot to talk about Michael Mayer, he's a really good inside blocker when he's lined up. Really good inside blocker. So
So
having
Jack, yeah,
him and the rest, ooh, ooh, shit.
Jack, I see your comment. 2 defensive tackles last year and 1 this year. But did any of them make the field last year?
Not really. They were
So
saved
that's
more
what
of
I'm
that.
saying.
Hmm.
Ern be tackling them unlimited breadsticks though.
He says
I
Sack
mean,
not getting a ring.
hey, them unlimited breadsticks at Olive Garden is fire. I ain't gonna lie. You ever had them? They kind of good, just
No,
a
they
little
are
bit.
there.
Eric, there's an Olive Garden by you where you live at.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's an
Next
LP.
time I come down there, I'm gonna pick you up. We're gonna go to Olive Garden.
Bet that.
Sorry about the Kings, Jack. R.I.P. to those playoff hopes. Yeah, yeah.
I really want to do the Lakers and Warriors, but bro, every time I go live, we lose, bro. I'm not doing it,
Then we
bro.
need you to go live, motherfucker.
No, hell no, hell no. You and Kush could do it, bro.
Hey, I'm doing the game regardless. Fuck that.
Do it with
This
Kush,
is
bro. Do
this
it
is
with Kush.
Warriors
Do it with Kush.
Lakers, bro. I'm not passing on this opportunity.
Kush probably has more luck than me, bro. Go with Kush. Go with Kush. Go with Kush. Go do Ian K show Lakers versus Warriors fucking
Oh,
spectacular.
the game is Tuesday too. It's gonna be Tuesday and Thursday for our game. Ooh,
I'm
what
telling
up,
you.
Ben?
Shout out to Ben. What's good, Ben? Good show earlier. I was looking at it, man. You were breaking down them too. Breaking down the same players. But we didn't give our overall grade for the whole. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it, Cause you do it. You do it with Aaron. I'll just be in the chat. That's it. He said Warriors at 4. Come on, Ben. What the fuck? We're not gonna get swept, bro. I'm gonna
That's
go.
it's LeBron, bro. They're not getting swept, bro. I say
You know what?
6.
B plus overall draft grade for the Raiders. B plus. It has the potential to be an A if they do what they do. B plus. The reason why I give B plus is because I think these 3 players saved the draft. Tyree Wilson, I think. Well, actually, Christopher Smith, Michael Mayer, and Severa with their A's. Their A plus grades that I gave them, their A grades that I gave them, brought up the average. Now
Even while giving O'Connell a D plus.
I gave him a C. Remember, I upped it. Remember, you said it was good because it was. You know,
Okay, yeah, I remember now.
if you want me to give Aiden O'Connell a D, then I'll bring it down to a B, a solid B grade for the draft. But I think you know what? I'm gonna bring it down to B. B. This NFL 2023 NFL draft, the Raiders get a B grade from me. I like a lot of the picks. I don't like 2 of them. Besides that, I like them. They have potential. They have potential, and I like the potential. I like the potential a lot because if Tyree Wilson becomes what I think he could become, bro, oh my God, this defensive line, Ern will finally say that it's a fucking great defensive line. If he reaches that potential, bro, I believe, bro, bro. Let's
I
all
think
pray.
I think I think Young in the middle of that third round defensive tackle is gonna unlock a lot of shit, bro. I think that's gonna be the fucking master key that unlocks a lot of things.
They restructured Chandler Jones' contract. I still think we're gonna go out there and get a free agent, bro.
No, we're keeping Chandler because you draft Tyree Wilson, which is the same fucking thing. It's like a baby Chandler Jones. The best thing you could do is keep a wise veteran around to be his mentor and teach
Yeah,
him all the
Chandler being
tricks of
there.
the trade, how to be a professional, how to build your body up this way, like teach him all his moves
Here's
and
the
all
good
that
thing
shit.
about Tyree Wilson too. What's a lot of the things we run last year? We ran a lot of stunts. Stunts. Tyree Wilson does a lot of stunts,
You get a
which is
motherfucker
going
that size moving,
outside
bro. That's
to
hard to block.
inside. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Outside to inside. Imagine this, right? You got Chandler, you got Tyree Wilson, you got somebody like Bilal Nichols or somebody else in the middle, right? Then you got Max Crosby on the other side, and then all you see is Chandler. All you see is Chandler Jones playing his contain, right? That he usually does, and then that blocks off the left side, and now the right side. All you see is this Tyree Wilson, this is Max Crosby, and they go full speed at your ass.
what I
You
see us
got
doing with Tyree Wilson is what they do with Micah Parsons. Motherfucker be a joker. He can do everything. He can blitz.
and,
He
and,
can, he
and
can set the edge. He just do all that shit. That's what I
yeah,
see his role being.
and look at what J Dog said. This is the other thing. This is the opposite side of good. He's still got an injury lingering, bro. And that's what scares me, man. Because I think healthy wise, really good pick. Not healthy wise, scares me. It scares me, bro. Cause
Why
having
is this the first that we're hearing this? But everybody wanted to talk about Jalen Carter's shit like it had nothing to do with injury or anything. So we drafted an injured player.
let me see. They give an update. Here's the update. Let me see. Wilson suffered a foot injury during his time at Texas Tech. The injury was a major red flag for some teams in the NFL draft. However, the Raiders believed in Wilson's health. In turn, Wilson is ready to prove Las Vegas right for believing in him. He ends up to say, Wilson says, I feel great. Furthermore, Wilson said that he expects to be ready for training camp, with the Raiders using a top pick on him. Wilson will look to make an immediate impact as soon as possible. Defensive line spent first 2 years in college career at Texas A&M, appearing in 12 games. Wilson transferred to Texas Tech, and he racked up 121 tackles, 32 tackle for losses, 17 sacks, and was a first-team All-American, first-team All-Big 12. But he says he's ready. The Raiders finished 28th in total defense, allowing 365.6 yards per game. They made just 27 sacks, which was the third lowest in the NFL. So Tyree Wilson should provide a spark to the Raiders defense. His health seemed like his biggest question mark heading into the NFL draft. If Wilson is truly healthy, Las Vegas might have gotten the steal of the draft. That's what it is. And that's exactly what I said before you even seeing that. I said if healthy,
I see a lot of people saying Chandler or Wilson. I see a lot of us playing both. Chandler's still going to be over there on that defensive end. They're going to do a lot of rotation. They're going to have Tyree Wilson playing outside linebacker, playing sometimes defensive tackle. You have them both next to each other sometimes. I see it as being a 3-man rotation with them two and Max. Sorry to cut you off. I had a thought pop in my head.
No, you can continue.
No, that's what I see. I don't see them being like an either or. I see them playing like together.
I do too.
It's kind of like how Jordan Poole and the Warriors, you know what I mean? Like you'd be like, okay, we're going to have Steph or Jordan Poole on the court. No, there's times when you have both of them at the same time. It's going to be that same kind of situation. But Eric doesn't understand championship basketball.
This.
He's a Lakers
He's
fan.
Nowhere near MP from the Cowgirls. Who's MP from the Cowgirls? Am I
Michael
mistaken?
Parsons.
Oh, God, won't be able to overpower. Oh, I forgot. I was watching JT debate with a lot of you guys on. He didn't like the pick. What I've seen, he didn't like the pick. Guys won't be able to overpower these offensive tackles in the NFL like the NCAA. He has 22 and 23 going again 18, 19, and 20-year-olds. He was a man among boys.
But JT, my thing is like, as big as this dude is, you're saying that he's not going to be able to hold up? He's bigger than Michael Parsons, though, right? I think his dimensions or measurables are bigger than Michael Parsons, if I'm not correct.
They are bigger.
If I'm not mistaken.
It's just Michael Parsons is faster. Yeah. Let me bring up Sodi backstage real quick. Brings another perspective to the table. You feel me? Yeah, and he already knows. I know he's excited for this Warriors-Lakers matchup as well. Besides that, I know he liked a lot of the picks as well as far as the Raiders went. Watched him on a live draft party, and I know he was excited for Will McDonald too. And I like Will McDonald. Me personally, if you were to see my take, I liked Will McDonald personally. Let me say this personally more than Tyree Wilson. Personally, let me repeat that. Personally, not overall.
Did you say Will McDonald or you mean Will Anderson?
No, Will McDonald.
I don't even know who that is.
You'll see who he is. My boy Twan in here, man.
Twizzle.
Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? Blessings to everybody, you know what I'm saying, in the chat and all that good stuff, man. What you guys got going, man?
Just trying to stay awake through Eric's intros and introductions and shit like that. That's all.
Hey, you know, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, how you feeling about this overall draft, man?
Man, I'll say it like this. My first initial, I liked it. I really did. And then when I went back, because for me, what I do is when we get the guys that they say are our guys, I go back and look even more into, you know what I'm saying? If I've already seen them, I'll look at them again, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, if I haven't really got deep into them, I'll do some work on them. And to be honest with you, I love what we got going. It's not a complete, you know, we didn't get all the groceries and we couldn't get all the groceries, but in the direction that Ziegler is going in, I'm very happy with what we did. D line, you know what I'm saying? He brought in what, three people from the D line just alone. That brings in a whole lot of competition. There's a lot of guys that were in here first year, you know, now going into the second year. They're being put on notice. You know what I'm saying? I secondary, you know what I'm saying? They got their guys. It seems like we're about to upgrade at the safety group. You know what I'm saying? With the guys that, you know, they brought in.
Don
I'm very
Phillips.
happy with what we got.
Yeah, and overall, like, I think this draft has a lot of potential, but it's only a matter of time, man. It's only a matter of time to see what they truly got in their
Yeah.
arsenal. I like you said, I see the direction they're going in. That's why I'm mad at it. I'm hoping that these were the right moves.
Hmm.
Besides that, um, it's going to be an interesting season at the least, man. It's a season for me where I have no expectations. Especially after last year, I learned that with high expectation, and I should have learned this being a Raiders fan in general. Having high expectations and then getting disappointed hurts me more than having no expectations and going down. You feel me? I'm
Yeah.
not saying we're gonna 100% go down. I'm hoping we win. I always hope we win every year. I hope, but my expectations this year are not gonna be the highest. I don't even think I'm gonna give a record prediction this year at all.
Yeah.
I'm not even taking that risk. So
And I, you know, I'm with you, Eric, and I'm also with you too, Ern. I heard you earlier about, you know, about the whole, you know, GM and coach situation. And I'm going to say this to everybody: this is the time where you look at the roster and say, "Hey, Ziegler did his thing." You know what I'm saying? But now it changes over.
Now it's on the coach.
Ziegler brought in the groceries, but
There you go.
it's up to McDaniel's to cook. And,
McDaniel's
There
and
you
exactly.
if
go.
If
Good fit.
McDaniel's doesn't cook with these groceries, we got a problem. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? We really do got a problem, man. And I need some names. You know what I'm saying? I need some heads to be cut off. You know what I'm saying? Either in the middle of the season or at the end of the season. If
I'm expecting
that
the
happens.
I'm expecting a 5-star meal. Ziegler went to Whole Foods and got you the best groceries, bro. Now I expect a 5-star meal.
Yeah. So and that's what it is, you know, Ziegler brings in the players, but you know, it's like that hip hop song. I can give it to you, but what you gonna do with it?
So I can
Ziegler's
give
gonna
it to you, but what you gonna do with it?
Ziegler's gonna give McDaniel's what he needs, but if McDaniel's doesn't make it work for him, it's going we should be asking for some serious some questions for real answer.
Yeah, and I agree with y'all, guys. I'm not gonna say this was the best draft ever, bro. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say. Actually, I'm gonna say this.
The best draft we've had in a
Mayors,
minute was the
Mayors,
Carr Mac draft.
Michael Mayors has the potential to be a selection, an option of offensive rookie of the year, a potential of reaching there. I'm not saying he's going to be like the
Mhm.
rest of people because people are already saying that he's the rookie of the year. No, I think he has the potential of an offensive rookie of the year. But if I were to say who's going to win rookie of the year or offensive rookie of the year, my boy Jordan Addison. Shout out to USC. Shout out to my boys USC out there, man. I
And,
gotta give a shout out to the USC boys. Tuli Tupolito. Shout out to you, even though you went to the fucking Chargers. I hated that fucking pick because now I gotta root against you. I was supporting you, man, but you're a Charger. I can't support you, bro. But Jordan Addison, you're gonna ball out over there in the Vikings, bro. You next to fucking Justin
Oh,
Jefferson is a problem.
bruh.
Is a
we
problem.
and let me say this, since you were on the tight end, you know, I know some people might be looking at it that way, and some may forget we upgraded at tight end. And the reason why I say that is
Yeah.
because when Waller was on the field during when we were giving the ball to Jacobs, it was a liability. You know what I'm saying? It really became an issue. You know what I'm saying? So to have a tight end that can literally be on the field, run and pass, that's an upgrade for us. You know what I'm saying? It's again, you have disguises, right?
Yep.
It's easy is when Foster Monroe was out there, you knew majority of those plays were going to be a run, and defenses knew that. Now
It's that
having a
Jalen
tight
Richard
end
effect.
where it can be where it can be a pass or a run, they can't cue off on that. That
Yep.
creates an upgrade for our offense. So I'm I'm with that. And I said this too, you know what I'm saying, with McDaniels being our offensive head, our offensive head coach. You swear like McDaniels wasn't going to try to get an offensive pick. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't going to try to get his rockets off at least once during this draft. You know what I'm saying? So he got his tight end. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of things we addressed on the defense, but McDaniels wants a pick or two. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that.
Before I bring the person up backstage, man, I again shout out to USC. I ain't gonna lie, I gotta do that every time they get drafted. You feel me?
Yeah,
Andrew
super chat.
Voice, man, Andrew Voice, my heart fell for you, man, because you were a second round top 5 offensive interior offensive lineman, and that injury cost you a lot, man. But you're a Baltimore Raven. Go over there, go protect Lamar Jackson, go do your job, man. Go prove why USC is one of the best colleges. I don't give a fuck what
Eric,
anybody says. And Mekhi Blackman, Minnesota Vikings. Shout out to you, man. Go ball out
Eric,
over. Mhm.
super chat.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Shout out to Jacket for the $2 super chat. Much love, brother. No expectations. That's a fact. Shout out to Jacket for $2 super chat. I'm sorry for your Kings. I'm sorry for your loss. You didn't like the
I'm
beam.
not.
I wish you did
I'm
because the
not like the
sorry ass
bridge, baby.
Warriors. Now we
Like
gotta
the
play the sorry
bridge.
ass Warriors, and I think this person backstage as well. What vouch for me that we hate the Warriors. You feel me? So shout out to this guy, man. You already know, man. The other half of the ENK show. You feel me? A good brother of mine that I got to have the privilege to talk to as well behind the scenes
That's
and on
my
the panel.
dog.
A cool dude, man, at that this year. And a great addition to the Raider content world, man. Best believe that.
Definitely.
And we need to run up his numbers as well, man. And they're him and Ern have been doing their thing, man. I've been MIA as fuck. So seeing this, I love it, man. My boy here, man. And he always, he got the Kush, man. My boy Raider Kush in the building. What's good, Raider Kush?
Kush.
What's happening, family?
What's
Hey,
going
what's
on with
good,
you?
fam?
Y'all just
How you
speaking
doing
of
today,
fact.
man?
Y'all just speaking of fact. Just got done with this workout. Had to give me a
Mm,
little dab in my life. You know what I'm saying? Took me a nap. Watched the Warriors whoop that ass. Whoop the Queen's ass. It's gonna
Like the
be.
bridge.
Hey, it's about to be civil war. You about to see aunties against
yeah,
uncles, mother against
yeah.
father. You know what I'm saying? You about to see a whole bunch of that shit going on in the state of California. But hey, I'm here for it.
You know what else you're finna see? A lot of
What's that?
SC hiding.
Oh my
Hey,
God,
you know what?
bro.
It's gonna be stress hiding. We know it's gonna be stress hiding this time. It
If
ain't
you
Hey,
gonna
want
be
to
look.
prove
nothing
me
good.
wrong, then do the show with me on Tuesday. There you go.
Damn,
I'm not taking a
damn,
chance, bro. Bad luck when it comes
damn,
to doing Laker
damn.
lives, bro. I'm not
Hey,
doing it,
look,
bro.
here's the secret. Here's the secret about jinxes is that in order to break a jinx, you have to be able to stare in the eye of that jinx, and you got to mention it.
Yep.
You got to live in it because if not, I've been superstitious my whole life, right? And I'm always like, damn, what's missing? I don't ever bring up the bad shit. You bring up the bad shit, or you talk about it, or you expose it. You gonna see all nothing but good shit just gonna come into your life. But Lakers are gonna go. I would say the full 7 games with the Warriors this year. I can't say my Californianess won't allow me to be able to say who's the winner of that game. And you say who's going to win between this and this. I say my blackness won't allow me to speak on that. My
Yep.
Californianess won't allow me to speak on who's the winner of that game, bro. But it's gonna be a good
I like both, but it's the Warriors for me.
God,
Lakers
man. It's
all
a
day,
tough one,
man.
dog. It's a tough
LeBron,
one.
he mad right now, bro. LeBron's mad right now, bro. All this shit
Yo, I
talking,
love LeBron, but I love my Warriors more. I can't lie to you.
It's
Big
tough,
Anthony
man.
Davis. So,
The crazy
Hey,
part
what's
about
the
it is right
over
after this,
under
I
on
got to
how
go
many
and take
times Anthony
Joker.
Davis falls down?
Ooh,
a
and get wait,
seven a
and gets
game.
back up. Cause he
Yeah.
be looking like that damn church song. People fall, but the
He does,
spirit
bro.
up.
He does, bro. He does. He does. He dead ass does, bro. I
I
can't
say
even
it's
argue
got to
that.
be five. I
Dead
say
ass
5
does.
times game one.
Bruh. I tell you what though, I still stand by it. He's the best Laker power forward ever.
It's tough to debate that.
It is tough to debate that.
You know what I'm saying? That's the craziest part. What the fuck were we doing? Where was Tim Duncan at throughout that process? We couldn't sign Tim Duncan, man. Something, get some power forward greatness up in there. We stuck with AD as the greatest power forward the Lakers have ever had all time. Unless you got Paul. There's an argument for Paul there.
Wait.
And
Yeah.
worthy if he was a power forward. But again, we already talked about that.
They
He
haven't
was a
listed as a
small.
small forward. Yeah.
Yep, he's a small
Laney,
forward, dog.
I think is she a Warriors fan? I don't remember.
Oh man, she calling out Bronny. Oh, you know LeBron hears
I'm not
everything,
sure.
right?
I'm not sure. I'm
LeBron
not
is
sure.
not
I
a
gotta
beta.
confirm it.
I think LeBron's more like a Sigma.
Is
Hey, actually, real talk, he is a part of that little fraternity, though. That little secret black fraternity that you don't have to go to college for. That
Fear
Oprah's
the
a part
Brown.
of, all that shit. Yeah,
The
man.
Boule?
Fear the brow. Yeah, the Boule. Yeah. He's a Boule.
Fear the brow. Fear the brow. Fear it. Fear
Hey,
it.
you need to fear 30.
Fear
Steph
it.
Curry.
Right,
I don't fear
real talk.
Curry, bro. I don't fear Curry, bro. You fear LeBron, bro. Fear
This,
the brow,
this
bro.
is everybody's reaction when this is the opponent's reaction when they face Curry. He ain't shit.
Yep. Yep.
Right? No, that's not fair. He shot it from the free
Yep.
throw line on the other side of
I
the
hate
court.
Curry because of that, bro. I hate Curry because of that. Because I'm like, every time he gets the ball and I see him wide open on a three,
Unlimited
bro,
range.
I automatically already think it's
This
going
is
in.
what I'm gonna
Like,
tell you, SC. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this because you my dog and I love you and I want to see the best of you, bro. This is why you hate Curry because you are the exact like you built from the same cloth as Curry, bro. Like you and Curry are right there. If he was a Laker, you would love his ass. You are the Curry of content
best
creators,
believe,
bro.
because he's a warrior, I hate him.
You go
That's why.
show up. You go
Because he's
show
a
up on a
warrior.
you go show up on a Thursday with 60 people in your chat and just shoot one from half court, like you know what I'm saying. So I'm
And I
telling
would
you,
hate it.
those
And I would
those
hate
ones those ones that you hate the most are the people that remind you of yourself. You a Curry in the content creator universe,
Hey,
bro. I'm telling you.
hey, I'm telling you
Bro,
right
I
now,
can't
bro.
stand
Once
Dylan Brooks because
Se-
exactly you
bro,
remind me of
Dylan Brooks,
myself.
fuck Dylan Brooks, bro.
Seth is the better brother.
Oh yeah, you know we talk about better brothers overall, like just being cool. His brother is legit because he ain't never said shit. He ain't never been like, "Yo, man, I'm good too, bro." Like he just was like, he didn't say shit. He didn't say shit, but he could ball. He could definitely ball. But Steph, bro, he's a problem, man. He's a problem.
The shit
So how
Steph
y'all
does is just insane, bro.
who y'all got for the ship though? Real talk. Who y'all got on at least on the Eastern Conference? We don't have to get into the West right now, but who y'all got on the East to go? You think Harden go or not Harden, but Jimmy Jordan gonna make his buckets all the way through?
Okay, I'm gonna give you two. I'm gonna give you who I want to be there, and who I
I'm
think
going
is gonna
Heat.
be there.
I'm going Heat.
So who I think is gonna be there, like my brain says the Sixers. But my heart
Oh.
says Jimmy because Jimmy's my
Yeah, I
dude.
feel
You
you.
know what I'm
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. I
saying?
want to
Jimmy's
see
my
them.
dude. That's who I want.
Yeah.
Hey, just do me a favor, Iron. You tell your Warriors to talk shit to LeBron. Just that's all I ask. Talk shit to LeBron, bro. It's over.
We're not
It's over. It's
stupid.
raps. It's raps.
You know what?
You talk shit to
Hey,
LeBron,
hey,
it's over, bro. We're winning
you
the
know,
six. You
so
talk shit to LeBron, it's
our
six.
biggest shit talker is Draymond, and you know who one of Draymond's best friends is? Fucking LeBron,
Yeah,
bro. So
they
if
LeBron
are
you
best friends. They
if
are
they
best
do
motherfucker.
friends. They
shit
are
talk,
best
it's
friends.
not
They
gonna
won't
get
talk
too
shit.
intense. You know what I'm saying?
We need a
With
Dylan
Draymond.
Brooks on your team, bro. We need a Dylan Brooks on your team.
We need a Patrick Beverly on our team, bro.
Hey,
Hey,
you know
Patrick Beverly.
who I'm impressed with is GP3 or
Oh my
GP2.
God, definitely.
Bruh, God damn, that block that he had was athletic as fuck.
Bro,
I
that's
think
the littlest big man in the NBA.
this is a
Damn,
more entertaining series than what a Warriors Grizzlies would have been, or a
100%,
Kings
100%,
Lakers.
100%, bro.
This is the matchup I've been
Yeah,
wanting, bro.
you got America's team versus the champs.
Yeah,
They don't get no better than that.
yep.
You got bro. You got LeBron, AD, Curry, Clay, bro. Like just them two alone, and then if you want to put a third one in there, I mean Draymond, and you could put. I mean, you could either put Hachimura. You could put Hachimura in that thing, bro, because
Rui
Hachimura
is
has been
nice.
killing it, bro.
Rui is nice. And then you got, hey, you got. Don't
Hibachi
forget,
Mara?
don't forget Mayo Mamba.
Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta go steal some of my
Same.
wife's weed. She got a different kind I want. Let me go find her
Yeah,
stash. I'll be right back.
for sure.
Uh, D Fox played just as good as Curry. Fox will be better next year. Fox is a good young guy, man. I think he did good for what he did. First year in the playoffs, very long while. I mean, you
Malik
got to give
Monk.
at least some credit to them, man.
Malik
But
Monk.
Their
hey,
their issue was their post play. Sabonis played horrible.
yup,
Hey
Sabonis
Jack,
stole them,
I,
bro.
I know Jack is listening, man. Jack, bro, Malik Monk is your guy. Just put all your faith in Malik next year. He's gonna be the guy. Give him the money. He's gonna be the dude.
Let me see. No, yeah, I don't. This is just a good. I don't know. I'm excited for it, bro. I might have to.
Oh hell
I,
yeah, yeah, that's the best,
I might
bro.
have to say fuck it and go live on Tuesday, bro. I might say fuck it. You know what? Let's break this shit, bro. Let's break this
Hey,
game.
bro. Hey, were you around to see like the early day Kobe against the Queens in the Western Conference Finals? Like that, how that shit was going down
Did
with
Hey,
Eric
like
just
don't
say
do
Matt
he's
it.
gonna do the
Barnes?
show on Tuesday?
Don't do
Yep.
it. Don't
Do
do
it.
it.
You know
Do it,
what?
bro.
Ern wants me to do it because he wants me to. Never mind. I'm not doing it, bro. Fuck that.
No,
No,
because
don't
no,
do
the
it.
reason
No
I want to do
chances
the show,
taken. No chances taken,
the
bro.
reason I want to do the show is because doing a show by myself is boring, bro. I need my sidekick for that
Bro,
one.
Yeah.
you
And
got
it's
you got
perfect.
Kush. You
It's
got
Lakers.
Twan, bro.
It's
It won't
Lakers
be as
Warriors.
animated. It won't be as animated. Everybody wants to
Bro,
see. The people want to see. Got to get the people what they want.
Eric, you know what the
bro.
people want to see, bro. We've been doing
All right,
Lakers
all right.
Warriors shit
Let.
since we first started. We've been doing these games together,
Give
bro.
the
You can't do the
people
shit
what
now.
they want.
Ern. I'll do game one. If we lose game one, I'm not doing no more, bro.
You can't say that. You can't say that. You know they're gonna lose game one. You know they're
So
gonna lose
how
game
that
one,
sound
Hey,
if I
dog.
hey,
say
game
how
one is
that
the
sound
most
if I
important game.
Eric, how that
That
sound if
is,
I say the
bro.
same thing, bro? That sound crazy.
I
Bro,
tell you
cause
what.
every time
I
name
tell you
one
what.
Laker game I've done that we've
Me,
won.
me and Twan to pull up. I'll be there for your, what I'm saying, for your mental health. You know what I'm saying? I can be able to talk you through it. I'm right down the middle between it, and you can pause and take your breaks. I'll guide you through a little fitness. You know what I'm saying? We could do some squats, some air squats. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a good time. We'll cook, barbecue, have a
Hey,
good feeling, bro.
hey, hey, it's all good. Coach Dante got it covered.
Yeah, that's a fact, coach. My boy, Coach Dante, man. SC hates the Warriors more than the Kings. That's a fact, bro. The reason I hate the Warriors. Let me give you guys a reason why I hate the Warriors
He
so much.
hates the Warriors
Because of
because
their
they
fan
can't
base.
beat the Warriors.
Because of people like this and their fan base, I hate the Warriors, bro. That's exactly why their fan base are
See,
toxic, bro. Their
you
fan
wasn't
base is like the
around.
Niner fan base.
Now, see,
Literally, the
you
Niner fan
wasn't
base.
around. You wasn't around when them niggas was trash, dog. Like they used to be trash,
We used to
Eric.
be trash,
And
bro.
like,
It
so
was
look, so
bad.
bro, so the fans that you see now that are like, yeah, man, fuck you guys. Like they, like the OG fans were like the OG Raider fans. Like we kept our mouth shut because we were trash. And so
I
like these
think
new fans, bro, they got dough. This is Silicon Valley motherfuckers that got a whole bunch of money
Yep.
that came in and they got expendable income and they be like, man, fuck you, I'm just getting my Porsche, just drive away. You know what I'm saying? They got a whole different mentality.
yeah,
So
The Warriors being
they be tripping.
horrible. Yeah, I wasn't born yet. I know it was before. I think it was in like the 2000,
You wasn't even born the last
1990s.
time the Raiders were
I wasn't.
good.
You,
I was
hey,
born into the Super Bowl. All right. All
hey,
right.
See,
hey,
I'll tell you this real quick. This is the reason why I can't really wear a whole lot of Warrior stuff out here because I start getting all these random ass rich white. Like if I go down to Seattle, I wear like a Warriors hoodie. You get all these rich white folks that work for, you know what I'm saying, Boeing, got, $200,000 jobs. Hey man, I really love the Warriors. I'm like, the fuck? Like, what do you know about the Warriors? I'm like, who's your favorite player? Oh man, Steph Curry. I'm like, who was the player? Who's the point guard before him? Oh, he was good. That's all they say. He was good. I'm like, who was it though? Oh yeah, he was good.
Seth
See you later,
Curry.
man. And yeah. I'm like, oh my god, bro. These aren't even fucking fans. They just watch
Bobby
it on
Sir.
TV and they love it. For real, Monte, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Number 8.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Fuck it. We gonna do the game, bro.
Let's do it, dog.
Mookie
Set
Blaylock.
that shit up, Eric. Have Key make his thumbnails.
Bro, my mental health ain't ready for that shit, bro. I don't want to.
Hey,
Your brothers
hey,
got
hey,
you, man. We got you, bro.
hey, if they don't know Mookie Blaylock, they need to go sit down somewhere.
Oh no,
Man.
for real, Twan. You ain't never lied. Mookie was that dude, bro.
And I ain't even a
Hardaway.
Warrior fan, and I know more Warrior fans than some of these cats out here.
If you don't know Tom Gugliotta, it ain't even a good conversation to have to even bring up the Warriors.
Right?
I wish I didn't know Tom Gugliotta. Shit.
Bro, people forget that we were the first team that were documented to have a starting player choke the shit out of their fucking coach. Like just completely
Bruh.
choke this shit. with,
The only
I mean,
time in
probably not the
NBA
first one, but
history.
yeah, it was documented. He choked the shit. Sprewell went off on that damn dude.
PJ
Before he
Carter
went
was
to New
cold.
York.
Yep. Now it's
Um,
gonna be a good series though, bro. It's gonna be a good
it is.
series, and I think the Heat, if Jimmy's gonna burn out, man. To answer that previous question about who's gonna be on the East, so I'm with Ern, man. I think the Sixers may pull it off just because they got a lot of weapons to throw at Jimmy.
Oh yeah,
Embiid
yeah.
is just Embiid is fucking damn near unguardable.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Chile in the building. Shout out to Big Worm in the building. Shout out to We the People, Ray Love, all joining us right now. Shout out to George C and everybody that's in here, man. We got 50 plus in here. I appreciate you guys, man. If you guys can't hit that like button, subscribe if you're new as well. The Lakers were 3-1 in the regular season. I'm
That don't
worried
mean nothing.
about the damn Warriors. What?
Hey,
Um,
but you know what? But back to the draft. I'm excited for even some of the
mhm,
undrafted guys that we brought in. Some of the questions, even some of the things that we thought that we didn't address. You know, what I'm saying in the draft, it looked like they tried to, attempt that to do that with some of the guys that we brought in, and by golly, we got some big boys on our offensive line that they brought in too. So I'm excited
mhm.
about that. And to be honest with you, um, if you would ask me what my favorite player is out of the guys that we drafted, I think they saved the best for last. I think Nesta is going to be a monster for us. And even though he came in the seventh round, I think that if he, you know, picks up a few things, I think he will really be a problem for us in the middle.
I feel
Amen.
yeah, I like that one. But go ahead, Kush. We haven't gotten your overall on this whole draft. What you feel about it, man? What was your initial
Man,
reaction?
hey, first off, y'all did a hell of a job going over everything, man. I saw no flaws on the details, on trying to figure out the little nuances of each player. Um, I'll throw in there that a lot of folks look at the Tyree trade. He wasn't even on, like, and you were evident of that too. I think it shocked a lot of people because they didn't even have him on their draft board. But
Yeah.
I knew, I had a little bit of a hint ahead of time when it was brought up to me by Hondo. He was like, "Yo, there's two guys that the rated." I'm like, "Okay, Tyree. All right, let me go check a little tape on him." But what I saw was, number one, he does have a Liz Frank injury, which is what stopped Darren McFadden's career. Technology has advanced. He's 6'6", so for a big dude wearing a size 18, 19 shoe, that's a very serious injury. So we don't have any combine stats on him. We don't know what he ran. We don't know, what his capability is going to look like on cone drills. But we can just look at his tape. Now, I think the one thing that we do know that we can safely say that we took away from this draft, that we can say that this regime is looking for, is adversity. People that can be able to say, all right, so Tyree, what happened? You got beat out by somebody during the COVID year at Texas A&M. What happened? And if he says, well, I just I bagged it up, and he gonna be that big motherfucker that we see every time we go to FedEx. You know what I'm saying? And he just gonna be delivering our packages. Like, damn, why the fuck ain't you in the league, bro? Man, I got beat
Yeah.
out. No, he didn't stop right there. He kept going. So you look at every single player along the way. Jacorian Bennett, if you look at what his coaches did to him during his high school career in Alabama, I don't know all the details of what was going on. From what I saw, the dude had a 3.5 GPA. He was doing
Mhm.
good in high school. He didn't commit himself to any other sports. He wasn't arrested, didn't have any criminal background, nothing. Bruh, all the way from his freshman year to his junior year, my man was just getting benched, bro. He didn't even play, had no playing time. He wanted to play cornerback. He said, I'll return kicks, I'll be the water boy, do whatever. So he didn't actually end up having a full season until his senior year of high school, forced himself to go to community college, kept his dream alive. And he said he had a point to where he wanted to quit. He could have been that FedEx dude too. You know what I'm saying? Delivering packages, just 5'10", just yoked up. You're like, God damn, bro. The fuck you doing here, man? You should be out in the league. He kept
Mhm.
going. He persevered. So the theme is apparent for me. You see all these different guys, and I think that's what we're looking for. Also, for cornerbacks, there's also one thing that's very apparent that we want. We want cornerbacks that can be able to tackle in their own space because we're going to see a lot of cornerbacks in individual space, and we're not going to have that depth at linebacker for those linebackers to go and cover a fucking wide receiver and help get them on the ground. We know Trayvon Morrick ain't going to be that dude. So if we got our other two corners or our other safeties back there, they're there for that. But I think, in my opinion, we need cornerbacks that's going to be able to tackle. Meek, the reason why he's there, he's been number 4 all time in Patrick Graham's defense in tackles made in the ratio from how many he's been approached with. So I think he has like 17 or 18 tackles, and the most that a cornerback has had in his defense has been like 29 by Bradbury. So when you look at the college stats, it wasn't surprising to me that we took Jacorian Bennett.
Yeah.
Number one, because he's a very, very good open field tackler. I heard that he was handsy. He is, but when he's handsy and the ball is thrown, he's coming away with the ball. I saw that at least 4 times where he was had some one-on-one, the 50-50s, he was coming away with the ball. So good tackler. He's a 4.3 speed to be able just to put the cherry on everything too. He tops everything off with that. So it's an Al Davis pick because he's a fast cornerback. It checks the boxes for Patrick Graham for the specifics that he looks for. Also, you look at his cone drill time. So we have specifics that we're finding when you look at all of his top rated cornerbacks. They all have different shuttle times and cone times. And Jacorian was the number 1 in all of those areas as well, too, in the draft. So looking back at the tape, it wasn't a shock for me. I knew that it was him. The dude from Mississippi State also had some really good time. And then DJ Turner as well, too. He all hit highly on those boxes that we're looking for corners. Now, safety, dog, that dude, he's from Atlanta, Georgia. I could tell you right now, he's Mr. Average on everything. He's 5'10", 195. You can mistake him for being the dude that works at the gas station down the street. You know what I'm saying? But he's a dog for real. Like he really balls out. He's a leader. His teammate the person that he replaced in Georgia was in a motorcycle accident. They was out there speeding, doing some crazy shit. So he had to step up. And the coach told him, he said, "Yo, man, you're a quiet dude. You're mild spoken, but we need you to take over this locker room. You know what I'm saying? Like, take over this motherfucker. Like, don't play with it because you got a person like Jalen Carter. You see what happened with his path, with his group. Those guys are in the NFL now. This is your locker room." So he's the guy that had an interception against Bryce Young in national championship. Always around the ball. He's not as fast as I like him to be. I like him to be around like the 4.4, 4.5. But he's a 4.6. You know what I'm saying? So he's a solid dude. I think he's going to be with the Raiders for 5 to 10 years. You know, he'll be a guy that have a C patch on his chest here in 5, 6 years if this regime stays, of course, minding all of that. And then I left Michael Mayer out. That guy, you know, it looked like it was a reach to me until I saw, you know, I remember back when we were really talking about during the season about how we were shocked and impressed with him. And I kind of wrote it off. But then seeing what he does in the blocking game, it's like having our 2 tight ends that we had last year with Waller and Renfro, or not Foster Moreau. Because Moreau was more of a blocker. Renfro was that speed, fast guy that could be able to catch, open up the field a little bit, and score for us too. He's not quite there with that. But if you go back and watch what he did in Allegiant Stadium when he played for Notre Dame during that bowl game, he broke the record out there, and he's no visitor when it comes to playing in Las Vegas. It looks like a big dude from Kentucky. He's a corn-fed white boy. He will play with a broken finger, with a broken nose, legs tore up, whatever it is. He's gonna go out there, and he's not. And I think that's what we were looking for. You know, when you upgrade from anything in life, or you leave on from something, you're trying to upgrade at all times, right? So to me, it seems like it was obvious that the Raiders regime right now was trying to show off a little bit with that one and be like, "Oh, you think Waller's the shit? Let me go show you what we can be able to find over here in this draft, what we've been looking at, right? Let me show you and so with that being said, the other part too, I think that they're trying to show off with, it was just a stunt move. Was that Aiden O'Connell, dog? You know what I'm saying? That was a stunt move right there. That was, I just broke up with my girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go show you. I could be able to go get me anything and turn it into something. That seemed like that's what it was. But that was also a Ziegler decision. It seems like, from what I've heard Ziegler talk about his press conferences, he said, "Hey, I saw this dude's tape during the season, and I immediately showed it to McDaniels and said, "This is the dude that you're looking for." It's his release. When you look at it and you look at his release, you'll be like, I see it. I see where they're talking about a little bit, but it's a far reach to be able to say anybody's the GOAT. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have those traits unless you hear that motherfucker chewing people out in the locker room. Because me, I think that was what Tom Brady's best attribute was here, not any other physical attributes, and his release and being
I
able to
agree.
adapt to his shit. So with that, it sounds like this dude is super religious. He said, I love the Lord over I love football." But his only downfall from the
Oh
scouting report,
goodness.
other than him, yeah, other than him being an absolute nightmare in the running game, is that he can be a little arrogant. He could be a little arrogant, which in a way I could see if you're comparing him to Tom Brady, that may be what we're talking about without trying to say
Yeah,
that
it's a
Tom
little
Brady's
similar.
arrogant. You feel me? So yeah, that's my take on it though. But I agree with Twan. One of my favorite picks is that big dude that we got in the seventh. That's a guy that Antonio Pierce saw, our linebackers coach, when he was over at AZ. And then Ziegler was also a coach. He coached football in Arizona as well, and he was a fan of this dude back in high school. So they've been watching this dude from back in the day. So I guess not in high school, but when he was at Arizona State. So there were some ties. So it seems like everybody that we drafted had close connections to Ziegler. Number one, not McDaniels. These are not guys that were McDaniel guys that he's been talking to since they were, in high school or none of that shit that I've been able to confirm. These are all connected to Ziegler. If you look back and you look at every single player, except for Tyree, I think that was just a he's there. We got to take him. If not, Jalen Carter would have been a Raider. But you look at every single player outside of that, they all seem like they were Ziegler picks, and so that shows me. And I'll end it with that. That shows me that um, I listened to the podcast where they talked. Chris Long was talking to Mayock, Mike Mayock, and they said who ultimately made the final decisions in the draft. And he said, look, most places the GM is the guy; he has the final say so. In our building, Gruden had the final say so with all that shit. Like I was just bringing the groceries, he was doing all the cooking, and he handled all that shit. So it tells me here with this regime, it seems like Ziegler has more of his finger on the pulse of what is going to be drafted. You know what I mean? And I'll end it with that.
And that's how it's supposed to be, right? And you brought up a
Yep.
good point about the Gruden situation. I was gonna bring that up too. Is that in the Gruden situation, it was mostly Gruden. I mean, you would see that Gruden had his hands here, there, and there, and there.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys kind of put the pieces together on why Mark Davis came out with Josh McDaniels and came out with Dave Ziegler, is you notice their press conferences in the beginning talk a lot about this guy's gonna do his job, this guy's gonna do his job, this guy's gonna
Yep.
do his job, and we're gonna do what we're supposed to do. And you see it now, just like Kush explained. Like you see Ziegler, he's doing his job. His job as a GM, go out there, get the talent, make sure everybody's on the same page. That's it. McDaniel's now it's McDaniel's job and the coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
The players that are given to you have talent, have potential, have great abilities. Now the question is, can you, Josh McDaniels, unlock those abilities? That's
Yep.
the biggest question right now. And that's why I see, some people have a little bit of a, one side is like,
Bitterness.
I don't
Bitter.
like this pick. I don't like these picks. Other ones are kind of like, yeah, I like this pick. And I could see where there's a line a little bit drawn because, some people don't have the biggest faith in the coaching staff, some have. But for me, I think that everybody knows where I stand with Josh McDaniels. I'm not the biggest fan of Josh McDaniels, but if there's one thing for sure, is that the guys that were given to Josh McDaniels right now are guys that, like I said, have the greatest of greatest potential abilities, and I'm just hoping that the abilities get unlocked. And I said this during the draft process. I said one of the most important things with a lot of these players is yes, we could scout them. Yes, we could give them grades before they
Mm-hmm.
get drafted. Yes, we could do that, this, that, and the third. Look at film, this, but that don't matter if they fall into the wrong hands. And if they fall into the wrong
Facts.
team,
Yep.
and that coaching staff doesn't that doesn't
Don't know how to
that
develop
coaching
them.
staff yeah, that coaching staff doesn't develop that player, then that first round talent is gonna be worse than that seventh round talent because that seventh round talent had somebody, a coaching staff that unlocked his potential, but that
Yep.
first round talent didn't unlock his potential. So that's why I feel like a lot of these guys in the draft need to go in the right spaces. For example, I hate to use this example, but this was my favorite corner, and everybody knows. And I know there was a lot of splits between them. Christian
Mm,
Gonzalez, he fell straight
mhm.
into Bill Belichick's hands, and in that reason, Christian Gonzalez is gonna be one of the best corners as far as a rookie goes. And I made a bold take on the ECG show, and I'm gonna make a bold take again. I think Christian Gonzalez will be better than Witherspoon, bro. And
Hey,
that's
you
a
ain't
take I'm
wrong.
gonna
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
and that's just based on where he landed, where he's at, and who's got the better coaching staff. Like that's just
Why I think that you're 100% right about that is, the profile on Christian Gonzalez coming out of the draft is, he was actually, one of those guys that was a bridge gap dude as well, right? Like we talked about, that was reached that point to where he could have quit football. And so the thing about it is, I didn't see what the actual adversity was, but or if there was any adversity, but it sounds like he lost his interest in football, is what some of the scouts, they were trying to put out, is that, hey, he lost his interest in football at some point and he thought about quitting. Who the fuck doesn't think about quitting fucking football if you're getting hit all the time and you're like,
Yeah.
man, I got to transfer from different school? He didn't start at Oregon. That's the thing about it. He started at a whole different school, failed, and you just know the Christian Gonzalez as the finished product after he made the decision not to quit after he failed. So
Dirty.
what up,
what up,
Dirty?
Dirty?
So I
And
think
that's a fact.
I agree
Okay.
with you there, bro. I agree with you. I think that he's going to unlock that talent, and he's going to be a problem.
And that's why I also say that Michael Mayer on our team has the potential of being into the the offensive rookie of the year, because when you really look at the position he's in a position where they use a lot of tight ends. And now having somebody with his ability, the possession ability, the little bit of the Gronk ability, where Gronk was not a speedster. He wasn't a Darren Waller type dude where the guy would break off like goddamn 4-2-2 whatever. This guy was a possession guy.
Yep.
And this is what Michael Mayer is. He's a possession dude, and you see what they're doing on that base. So I just hope they can lock in. Like I said, Tyree Wilson, as long as he comes back healthy, which I think he will, like you kind of explained earlier, the technology, what we're in now, the different exercises you could do now that are more advanced than what it was back then, the machines you
Yeah.
could use, it's gonna help a lot. So let me give a shout out to everybody because I kind of been skipping the channel. I'm sorry because this talk
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
so good. I like NFL draft, and best believe this show is gonna happen again.
Yeah.
Possibly tomorrow because there's a lot to
You
talk
feel me?
about this.
That part.
Shout out to Jack Kendall, man. He says in the panel, how many stars did the Raiders draft? This is a good question for now.
What
Let
up,
me give a
Moon?
shout out. Let me give a shout out to everybody before we go on that
Yeah, for
question.
sure.
Shout
Yep.
out to Raider Allegiance, Lunatic Raider in the building. That boy, Life of the Nation, Dirty Raiders in the building as well. Shout
OG.
out to
Both of
Mazda and
y'all.
Blue in the building. Was good. Good to see you. We had one of the four worst drafts. Hey, you want to know the problem with that? It was Mel Kiper. Mel Kiper is the dumbest goddamn person when it comes to draft. Which that's why I say hashtag bring Mike Mayock back in the NFL draft analysis and table and all that, bro. Because Mel Kiper's a dumbass. That's all I gotta say.
Listen to
Shout
Dylan Jeremiah. If not, that's the only one.
Yeah, that's a fact. Shout out to We the People. He's up also in here, man. Shout out to everybody else. KJ Hendricks in the building. Big UFC fan as well. Egalitarians up in the building. Good to see everybody, man. Hopefully I didn't skip anybody. But back to this question. This is a good question. How many starters did the Raiders draft? This is gonna be interesting.
Hmm.
I'm gonna let y'all go first.
That's a good question. I'll say, let's go through it. Tyree Wilson, definite
Starter.
starter. He's
Starter.
probably possibly, I would say, I would even go as far as say, where I would say is a failure for him if he's healthy, stat wise, as a success. If he does anything under 4 sacks, it's a failure. We did a bad
Facts.
pick.
Facts.
If he does anything over single digit sacks,
Mhm.
outstanding. I'm happy with that. So starter, Michael Mayer, starter. I
Starter.
think he,
Starter.
he may be he may have a potential to be
Facts.
a Pro Bowler
The
right off
starter.
the bat,
Starter. Yup.
possibly offensive of the rookie of the year. Let's see who we got after that in the third. We got Young. I think
Starter.
that
Young.
he's going to be a rotational starter
He's
piece.
gonna be a rotational starter. Yeah.
Yeah, because the little thing about him is if he can be able to develop his rush, he had 3.5 sacks last year in Alabama. First time he actually had you know decent amount of sacks. But I think he can be able to develop into a sack guy as well too. So if he can develop that, and the coaches see that, they're gonna be happy as fuck, and he's gonna get more time. So eat,
Mhm.
big boy, eat. So that's a third starter, right? So then we got Ty, or we got Trey. We got Trey. He's going to be a starter on special teams. He's going to be a gunner.
He
I
is
think
gonna
he's
be a
going to come
special.
right off the bat. We need to tell Hunter Renfro, hey, bro, look, we got you a brand new helmet. It's special padding. It got all the new equipment in it. Don't go out and go get hit on special teams ever again in your career. Go over here and just cook. Just absolutely cook. Keep your feet healthy, keep your brain healthy, and let's have a great career. Or he may be gone. But I think that's number 4 starter.
Uh,
Uh,
can I say something real quick about Trey Tucker? Real quick, Trey
yes,
Tucker.
sir.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say this. I'm gonna say he beats out Philip Dorsett.
Yeah. That's a good take.
I think Trey Tucker beats out Philip Dorsett. That doesn't mean he's a starter at the
Yep.
receiving corps because you still got Mayer, you got Myers, you got
Hmm.
Devontae Adams and Renfro. But Philip Dorsett is that 4th one, and I think he gets beat out by Trey Tucker, bro. That's what could be one of my predictions
But
as far
Philip
as Trey
Dorsett
Tucker.
is your big play guy.
Yeah.
They're both speedsters. They're both route runners, and
I,
one's
I
younger than
think
the other, but one's
I,
smaller than
I
the other. That's the
I
problem.
think I think Dorsett is here to be able to mentor that dude. I think that this has been the pick
Yeah, that's fact.
that we this is going to be our surprise pick that we've been planning for a long ass time. And you see how we have like little puzzle pieces here, put a puzzle together. You're like, I'm just gonna save this little piece of information over here
Yeah.
and put it over here for later. That Philip Dorsett free agency signing was like, what the fuck are we doing? Okay, I see that could possibly be the Henry Ruggs guy, but he hasn't had a whole season healthy. So I think he's going to be the guy that's going to be able to show our rookie, hey man, look, this is how you stay healthy. This is
Yup.
what you need to do, so that way you don't stay on the injured reserve list as a little dude early on. Because how many guys that we see that had great careers later on, but they had to develop their bodies to be able to be great because they're only like
Big.
five,
Yeah.
5'9", 5'8". You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
he would be that dude. And then I don't even know if he's going to make the squad, Dorsett. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's going to be around that long. But if he does, then I think he's going to be that guy to be able to help bridge that gap.
Help
So
him. Yep.
that's 4 right there.
Yep.
Who else did we take
Jacorian
after that? Was
Bennett.
that Smith?
I
Jacorian
think
Bennett?
Jacorian Bennett. Mhm.
He's going to be that. That's a
I,
question mark.
that is a big question mark. I don't think as of right now he's a starter. As of
Yeah,
right now,
yeah,
but does he have the potential to beat out somebody? He could. There's a lot of rumors now circling around Rock Ya-Sin because he's still a free agent. You got
right,
to remember
right.
that.
Yeah,
And I ain't gonna lie, if they could pull out bringing back Rock Ya-Sin, which I think is a high possibility, I'm all for it. That would make our secondary even better than what it is, bro.
it takes a lot of pressure off of Rock. You know, he doesn't have
Yup.
to be the every down dude out there. But I do like
Mhm.
Rock. The one thing I like about Rock and I like Jacorian is that they're two physical guys. So again, when you
Mhm.
look at what the matches are, I think another thing that the Raiders are doing right now is they're trying to find young players that are matching with the older generation.
Older
So
gen, yeah.
if we sign like a Rock Ya-Sin, he's a Jacorian Bennett, mentor on Trey. He's a mentee for Philip Dorsett. Tyree is going to be the mentee of Chandler Jones. So and so on and so forth as a quarterback and every other position minus the D tackle spot. I think that's just
Yeah,
going to be a downright dogfight.
it is. It is,
So I'm gonna put
and
a
I'm
question
excited.
mark. I'm gonna put a question mark on Jacorian. I'm gonna put a question mark on him. I'm gonna stick
Question
with
mark.
4. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna see what we think with him.
I think
And
those
then
4 are good. Are good. The so I'm gonna go 4 on the possible, like playing spades. The possible is gonna be the motherfucking 7th rounder.
that part, dog, exactly, because
That's
he's
gonna be
angry. You see what he's in. He gonna come in and be like, I heard a thing about CT Fletcher. If you guys know him, a famous world class power lifter, and he said before any of his matchups, he would walk in and he'd look in the room and he'd be like, which one of you motherfuckers is taking number 2? Because I'm taking number 1. God damn it. That's the dude. That's the Sylvester that we gonna see out of AZ. I think that if he brings that attitude, he's gonna have a whole lot of dudes turning their heads in that D tackle room.
Mhm.
I would tell you because I know that you were really and I know you were really on Jalen Carter. If you watch this guy, I don't know if you watched any tape on him yet, but if you watch this guy, he
Preach,
has some
Twan.
of that in him. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I
really.
I think we without getting Jalen Carter, I think
yeah,
we attempt to address somebody like a Jalen Carter, and I think that was kind of the safer choice for them too. You know what I'm saying? They felt like maybe with the off the field stuff, they felt like this guy was a safer bet. So yeah, definitely check him out, man.
yeah.
I
And,
think you
and
might
I
like him.
and I think
Okay.
that's why they didn't pick Jalen Carter. I was telling my brother when we were watching it. He was like, why don't we go after Jalen Carter? And then I thought to myself, what would be one of the reasons why they picked Tyree Wilson over Jalen Carter? And then I thought to myself, it hit me. I was like, as much as a lot of people have different takes on what happened with Jalen Carter off the field and stuff like that, a lot of articles, reports, and stuff like that. Some people said that they pushed it to the side. Other people said that it's a big thing. I think even kind of like Twan said, the Raiders are very, very. They learned a lot from their past as far as the players they drafted in the past. You got the Damon Arnett's, you got the Ruggs, you got all those. And I think that really put a staple in Mark Davis and stuff like that to go out and even take a chance on somebody that even was even involved in a situation like that.
Yeah.
But that's
You
also a
know what?
question moving forward if that's what's going to happen. And as much as it sucks, because Jalen Carter's, I think, ability wise and talent wise on the field, I would have preferred him over Tyree Wilson. But knowing that off the field things, I think that was the real reason why they didn't go out there and pull the trigger and why he dropped a little off the top 5 and off the top 6 and even 7.
You know why I think he fell to the Eagles? You know why I think the Eagles felt safe taking him? Because look at their defensive tackle room, bro. They got a bunch of alphas in there that ain't gonna let him fuck up. For the same reason that we took Tyree Wilson, they have people that can mentor him that are the exact same player. You know what I mean?
Now,
on,
So
on top of that, Ern, I completely agree with you, but adding even more, we're not in a place to do that. They're in a place where
That's
they could
yeah.
score.
exactly. I
They
was just
they
about
could
to say
move
lose it,
that.
on.
it's
Yep.
If
fine.
if we
If,
were to bring
if,
in
Yep.
if,
Jalen
That
Carter,
part.
then he would be the
yeah.
alpha. It wouldn't be nobody to control
Absolutely.
him. He'd
Exactly.
Well,
be able
it's
to
not
run
Exactly.
free.
it's not even the controlling situation. It's
Just
just
tone him
more of
down. You know what I
if
mean?
if he wants to act up and be a fool, it's all good. Our roster's already stacked enough where you're good if you're here, but we're not going to miss you if you leave. You know what I'm saying? And that's where they are as a roster. So he he, he he's going to be loved there if he produces, but they're not going to miss him if he goes because their roster is already stacked. If we
Yeah.
were then we could be, it would be okay to take a risk here and there. But right now, it the reason why we're so hard on our picks is because we don't have room to take those kind of risks.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that.
So let's get back to this right here. So we got Chris Smith now. So we had 4 starters. We got Chris Smith, right? What's your take on him? I say starter. I say he's
I,
probably gonna be
I'm,
that. Who do we have at strong safety? We have Teamer.
it's Morig and it's Epps, Marcus Epps from the Eagles, the one we just got. I'm gonna say this: if Trayvon Merrick doesn't reach his potential, especially after the first year and drastically dropping last year, I'm gonna say Christian Smith becomes starter halfway through the season. If Morik
Yeah,
doesn't produce in that first half, and Morik will be shipped out by the end of the offseason. But if Morik stays like that, I think it's gonna be Epps more, and you'll probably see a little bit of Christopher in maybe the box safety, maybe a little
yeah.
bit of a nickel hybrid type guy. It's a potential. Like you still have Isaiah Palomau, which is my USC dude, and I've been
Bro.
saying that guy is beautiful in the box. I mean, he's a
Have
6'4"
have you
guy.
heard the rumor? Have you heard the rumor about Palomao?
No, I haven't. Well, what is it?
They're trying to get him to transition to linebacker right now. Is
Six
the
foot
rumor?
four. I mean, he's got the size of him,
Hmm.
man, bro. He got the
Hmm.
size of one.
I I
Which
I,
would
I,
explain
I
his
would count.
issues. Oh, go ahead,
Oh, go
Quan.
ahead. No,
I'm good.
I think I would count Cam Smith as a starter because I'm factoring in that
So that's
we
5.
have um that Patrick Graham likes to run a 3 safety, you know what I'm saying, set. So
He does. He does.
I'm looking at Epps being there, of course, being the clear for sure starter. I think he's our best.
Yeah.
And then I I'm rooting for Merrick to step up, so I think he'll be our number 2, and then Cam Smith will be that third safety coming out for us. So I consider Cam to be a starter.
Or
Okay.
Chris Smith. Yeah, yeah.
I mean Chris, I'm sorry.
Yep, yep.
Okay.
That's the difference, Indiana. Yeah,
Um,
I agree with you.
Another
So we
thing
got
with Chris
5.
Smith, they say that he can play man to man. I mean, he can play. You know what I mean? He's good at man to
Yeah,
man. So don't
nickel.
rule out him sometime playing a nickel. You know what I
yeah, that's
mean?
what
Where
I'm
you
saying.
have
Hmm.
Marcus Epps in there as your box safety and Merrick over the top, and dude in there is like another corner. It is
I
a
think
lot of players that can play multiple roles, so you can
I
move
Yeah,
think our
around in different spots.
I think our offense is fine. I think our offense is good. I think it's good enough to win us games and put up points on the board. I think, especially with this Michael Mayers pick and Trey Tucker pick, I think we're fine at that level, right? We just need to lock in Josh Jacobs. I'm tired of this whole back and forth with Josh Jacobs. Hey, go lock him in, bro. Go pay the guy, bro. Go do whatever you can because you got to keep a guy like that. Now,
Yeah.
Eric,
here's
they're
the
not
thing.
they're not gonna pay him, bro. He's gone, bro. In my
He's
opinion,
not gone, bro. He's not
You know
gone.
they're
what?
not gonna
One
pay
one
him. He's a
thing
running back.
one thing we have to talk about too, and shout out. I guess the shout out is we have to discuss it before we actually give him a shout out to see if it's fair, and then we'll get back to this other discussion. But Chandler Jones restructured his contract too, so he freed up a couple million. So I mean he gets a little more upfront cash, but getting him restructured, I think it freed up 16, and then they're expecting the draft to be about 7. So we're going to be around that single digit millions. But if we can be able to possibly trade someone and free up some cap space, we would be able to re-sign Josh Jacobs at that point.
I like the restructure. I like the amount of the restructure because I don't want to be pushing too much money back. You know what I'm saying? That we're gonna have to owe him or whatever the situation may be.
Yeah,
If we're gonna cut ties with him, I'd rather us cut ties and then don't have an extended, you know what I'm saying, Baba
You
Booey
can't cut ties with
contract.
him
You know
now,
what I'm saying?
Twan. Now you restructured him. You can't cut ties with him. Now his dead cap. Now his dead cap is gonna be through the
yeah, we
roof.
still owe him
here's
money.
here's the thing with Josh, right? And I'm gonna say this, right? I think what Josh is doing right now is you've heard it on the panel before when he was on the panel. I forgot who he was talking to. He said it even before the franchise tag was even out, or even before the off season even kicked off. He said that if the Raiders want him to play as the hero, they'll pay him like a hero. And he also said that if the quarterback situation is cool and you build up this offense and you put some people up front, he's gonna come back regardless of what it is. Now I said this in another live. You start to check mark what he said, right? He said he wants
Hmm.
people up front. We didn't really do anything to the offensive line. We just brought up the same guys, the same starters by the looks of it. And then you got him saying a quarterback, right? Who knows how he feels about Jimmy Garoppolo? Uh, some of us feel good about him. Some of us don't. What does Josh Jacobs think of Jimmy Garoppolo? Does he think that
Right.
Derek Carr is a better quarterback? Does he think it's an upgrade? Because if he thinks that they solved the quarterback position, then that would be check mark. So I'm gonna give it benefit of the doubt, and that's check mark, right? And now you look
That's
at
not a
the
check
offense.
mark. E.
I mean, you don't know what Josh Jacobs thinks, so I can't say check mark or no check mark, bro. Like you
Look,
don't
I
know
mean,
what he
Stevie
thinks.
Wonder can see that Jimmy Garoppolo is a good quarterback when he's on the field, but he's hardly ever on the field. That's the biggest issue.
But
Probably
see
Josh
the
is looking at the same
accolades,
way.
bro. That's the
Josh
problem.
might be
His
looking at it from
accolades.
the same way too. They may be trying to sell him
Yeah,
on that too. I think what happened is they were really pushing for Tom Brady. That really satisfied him
they
because
were.
if you saw
Hmm.
the interview and you asked Josh Jacobs, they asked how would you feel about playing with Tom Brady. He was like, and it caused some issues. So I think when that went to shit, they tried their best to be able to satisfy what Josh was looking for. But I don't know if that's satisfied. I know if it don't satisfy it for us, and this man got a Raiders tattoo on his arm, he's a Raider. You know what I'm saying? He gonna look at it from the same lens that we're looking at it from too. And he probably looking at it like, man, I don't know about this Garoppolo fella, and I don't know about this dude they just drafted. Like, what else do you guys got to offer?
That's the thing right there.
Yeah, and it's really going to boil down to his belief in Josh McDaniels. Ultimately, is not going to be the quarterback. It's going to be his. Do you believe that this is the guy that made you do all that extra shit? Is he going to hold that same accountability to the brand new quarterback? And he's going to be watching this, and that's going to be the ultimate, I think, factor
Yeah.
for if he's going to become villain or not.
And let's say hypothetically, right? Yeah, let's think of both scenarios, right? Let's just say he stays, right? That's good for us. All right, win-win. That's it. It's over, right? And that shows us that he has confidence in Jimmy G and has confidence in the team. Then it is what it is, right? Let's
Right.
just say hypothetically he leaves. Now let's think of this scenario. There's a reason why they got Zamir White last year. What was a lot of people saying when we drafted these
What the
running backs?
fuck did we get
They
this
said,
dude for?
"Yeah, why the fuck did we get this dude?" And then what happened later, and we found out was that
Yep.
just in case Josh Jacobs was in a situation like this, it gives the Raiders leverage of saying, "Hey, we practically drafted your replacement. If you want to go and you don't believe in this team, then go believe in another team." And it is what
Yep.
it is. And as
Now,
much
if
as
I was
us fans
Josh
will hate it,
Jacobs,
mhm,
if I was Josh Jacobs' agent, I would go back and be like, okay, now put on my client's game film and put on Zamir White's game film.
And that's what
and
he's gonna
tell
do.
me and tell me if you think that's going to be able to replace my client.
But you got to remember who you're talking to. You're talking to Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, the biggest, good, probably one of the best duo to convince guys to like beat people when it comes to negotiations. There's a reason why a lot of people don't sign because they beat out those players on what they want, and the players go somewhere else to get something better. That's the problem. And
And then oh,
he's gonna tell
and then
he's gonna tell my bad. I was just gonna say that to finish it off real quick.
go ahead.
That he's probably gonna tell Josh Jacobs, "Oh, I see the film. I know you're a great player, but we don't need you to be the hero. So if you want to get paid like a hero, you could go and take your ass somewhere else, bro." That's what they're gonna tell him.
Yeah. And then you also have to factor in that he also has done it. There with McDaniels, there's plenty of ways for him to skin a cat. So for him to say, oh yeah, we really need just one running back, he's like, no, I've already done this with running back by committee somewhere else. So I can, you know what I'm saying? So he's playing it that way too. So there's a lot of there could be a lot of tug of war with, hey, do I really
That's
need, even though we think we really need Josh Jacobs, and I say we do need him, McDaniels is like, dude, I've done it by running back by committee. I can do it
He
again.
did. That's another
a
thing. That's
dangerous
another
game to
thing.
play because when you play running back by committee, everybody can tell what you're going to do by which personnel you have in the game. If
You
you
know
have a
what,
if you
though?
have a if you have a running back
I,
that's good at
I,
catching passes, they know it's going to be a pass.
I will say one thing that I've noticed that they're probably looking at it like, ha, you see this, Joshua? You see this? You see this? The signing of Mayer, a block first. Well, not I wouldn't say block
Yes,
first, but
interior block.
A highly
almost
capable blocker.
a highly decorated. You know what I'm saying? He's been in the trenches. He wants to go out there and end somebody's career type of dude when it comes to blocking from the tight end position. That can make him an all pro or a pro bowler just based off of that alone if he stays consistent with that in the pro level. Not to say that that's going to translate over, but it's a high likelihood that it will. They're probably looking at it like, you see this? Because that may have been one of Josh's biggest gripes. And we don't know that. Of like, man, I got fucking Waller out here. I got to deal with his person coming in. I got to block, you know what I'm saying, so make sure DC's good. And this motherfucker can't do this. So who knows? Maybe that was one of his gripes was like, hey, get me a tight end that can cover his own and that can also catch. Because when it was thrown to Foster, he wasn't catching all his passes. He was great in blocking, but when it came to, obvious plays that it was going to be run plays, everyone knew when he was in the game. With this dude, it's not going to be obvious.
Right.
So maybe that's something that they're trying to be able to give him to say, hey, we know the quarterback situation ain't cool. They did, and we'll get back to this list too, but they did sign a couple offensive linemen that I was pretty interested in, the UDFAs, a couple
Oh,
monsters.
yeah, the UDFA.
You know what I'm saying? So I
I,
think that we got to get back to this because I'm thinking in my head right now, I'm at like 8 starters right now, bro. Like just looking at the UDFAs.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie,
Kush, come on
I
now,
don't
bro.
think
You
eight
got that
starters.
good Kush
we have
today.
look, we have 5. We have 5 right now. We have 5, and we haven't even got to
Let's
the
run them
big
back. What
tackles.
were the 5?
All right,
Tyree,
Tyree Wilson,
Mayer,
Michael Mayer,
the
Byron
tackle
Young,
from Alabama. Yeah.
Byron
Mhm.
Young, yep, Trey Tucker.
Trey,
Well, Trey,
Wait,
yeah, special
no,
teams.
no, I'm not giving him a starter. He's not
All
starting
right,
wide receiver. That's out.
special teams gunner
Yeah, he's
to
not a
take over
starter.
for Renfro. Kick return, Jacorian Bennett.
Yeah.
We said question mark on Jacorian.
question mark. Aiden O'Connell, that's off the list. That's Christian
You're right.
Smith, he could be a starter.
Now
Yeah.
I
that's a
mean,
possible. The
So
starter
and
for
then
the
Amari
safety from
Burney,
Georgia.
we're at
our
4 to
linebacker,
5.
our linebacking
No,
core right now. Amari Burney
he's
is a
gonna be
starter.
situational. He's gonna be like third down. He's a coverage
And then
linebacker.
that's
He's
the
gonna be
Jade.
third
That's
down.
the Jade.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
agree with
Jade.
that. I agree with him. Yeah, I think he's gonna be started. I think he's gonna come in and shock. Him and Young are gonna be competing for a starting
So
spot,
let's
but I
just
think
say
that he's gonna fill a
So
need.
I'm going 3 and 2 strong possibles.
I'm gonna say
Well,
4 and
we're at
1 strong pass, 2 strong
I-
pass.
I'm at 5. I'm at 4 to 5 right there with our last guy at the 7th round that we're gonna
I'm
pick up
4
2
with 2.
starts.
Yeah.
So look, I
Yeah.
don't think that both
So
of
more
those
than half.
tackles. Look, I don't think both of those tackles are going to start. It's going to be Nesta or
No.
Byron Young. It's going to be one
It's
of the
gonna be
other.
one of
It's
them.
not going to be both.
I think they're going to be situational. I think they're going to use a NASCAR package. They're going to bring in Farrell in with it as well, and then we still got the big fella as well too that we just re-signed
Yeah.
from last year. So I think that with those 4, that's going to be our package. I think the ultimate uh, qualifier who's going to stay or not is going to be between Butler if he gets his shit together, and
Yeah.
if anybody beats him out, that's going to be a UDFA. But Tyree is also going to be included into that NASCAR package playing D tackle,
Facts.
on the
Definitely.
edge as well too. So
Playing
I would say he's a
congestion
starter for
9
sure.
PRSGQ.
I
Damn,
I
Alexa went off.
I think Alexa's gonna play. You know what I'm saying, well for us. No, I was playing. No, but I think it's kind of tough on our D line of identifying who's going to be our starters because I think with Patrick Graham, I think it's all need basis. If he wants to stop the run, then he might put Neil Farrell and that's you know what I'm saying, Silvera out there. You know what I'm saying, because they're big body guys. You know what I'm saying. Or if he wants pass rush, he might go Byron Young. You know what I'm saying, and somebody else. So I think, especially in the interior side of it, I think there's not going to be a clear, you know what I'm saying, cut starter. I think it's just going to be on need, down in distance kind of situations.
And then you also look at the UDFA's, right? The one the one UDFA that I think is gonna be he's gonna stick around and make the team is one that fell out of the draft was out of NC State, Drake Thomas. I like him.
I
He has
like
some
Drake
pop to
Thomas.
him. He's a solid linebacker. People are trying to say Tyron Matthew. I don't see Tyron Matthew, to be honest. He has that small, short space type of pop, but I see more Zach Thomas when it comes to his tackling ability and his ability to be able to read the run. He struggles a little bit in size. He's a 6 foot 230 guy,
Mhm.
but that's the dude that ain't nobody gonna outwork that dude. He's gonna come in day one and he's gonna be working. He's gonna get straight to work with his money box, and he's gonna be a guy that's gonna probably be mentored by like a Max
Right.
Crosby type.
Yeah.
Um, and then that big 6'9" lineman, there's always space for that type of dude. I think we had
Yeah.
to get him to replace the last guy. I forget the big toothless weirdo that we had last year on practice squad. That was like 6'8",
Yeah.
6'9". But I think we got that size right there, so that'll be good. I see
You're
maybe
talking about
one.
Bam Olasani.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. So I see one or two of these guys coming off the UDFA's. What do we have? We had three last year come off the UDFA's as starters. Two,
Yeah, yeah. Isaiah Palomar was one of them. Just to give you guys a little bit of
right?
a, hey, if
Yeah,
you could, they're good with UDFA's. That is one
that's what I'm
thing about
saying.
the Patriots that are good at the UDFA's. But I'm glad you brought up the UDFA's because I gotta go right now, but I'm glad because that gives us a little bit of a trailer for tomorrow, part two of the NFL draft analysis. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna bring on the same people. We're gonna talk about it day two of this little analysis. Things hopefully Kush could join me again and
for
Twan
sure.
could join me again.
Well,
Tomorrow UDFA's will be brought up more. We'll talk about it in depth in every single one, and we'll have Kush and Twan from the start, hopefully, so we could talk and break it down together. And on
Yeah,
top
man.
of that, we'll talk about more about the NFL draft tomorrow as well. And then maybe Laker game Tuesday. I'm still debating it. But we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna let everybody say their final words, man. I'm gonna start off with Kush, man. Go ahead. I don't know where Ern went.
That's
Where?
all good. Hey, salute to Ern, man. You had the dip and whatnot. So man, good talking, catching up with him. Always good to see him and chop it up with my good brother. Salute to you, brother, for coming on and giving us some good, I'm saying, talking points. It's 8 o'clock on the West Coast out here. So SC, always good to see you, brother. Hopefully you get some In and Out burger after you get done here. Get you some
All right.
some food. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit them push ups. You know what I'm saying? So you get your water. Twan, as always, my Bay Area brother, good to see you, man. I look
nonsense,
forward
man.
to talking to you tomorrow. And then, like I said, my goal for today, I was telling everybody in my workout for Kush show is just discipline. You know what I'm saying? Just be disciplined with our word, disciplined with our actions, disciplined with we look at these players. And the one thing I heard that really hurt me a lot, that is still stuck with me, is that players don't want to come here because of the fans. They look at all of our shit and they see how we interact with each other. So we can be disciplined. We got to make sure we out here talk to the new people that came in to the Raiders. Let's introduce them to the silver and black. Hit them up on IG. Say what's up to them. And in the meantime, until tomorrow, man, salute y'all. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, yep. And do you have any shows coming up of your personal
Oh
or
yeah,
shows you're gonna be on? Yeah, yeah.
yeah, man. Every morning, brother.
Every morning.
9 a.m. Got workouts at Kush. You guys want to get a little low impact cardio, some push ups in. We're gonna talk as we get it out. Dirty usually joins. He's my co-host. So if you guys ever want to jump on, you guys always got a free pass. Just when you show up, don't be like Rafa and have no booty shorts on. You know what I'm saying? Because I may have to porn block it. I was on top. I almost had to porn block somebody, but he was doing good though. Shout out to my good brother. But yeah, man, that E and K show with the
Yep.
West Side experience as well. So I mean, I love it. I love having you on the show with us. It brings a good vibe. Twan, I love to have you on the show as well too. And I'm working on a couple interviews this next week. I think sounds like I may be bringing Hondo back. He wants to
Okay.
talk about post draft and stuff. So if you guys got any things you guys want to bring up or whatnot, hit me up on IG or anytime. Just hit me up on the panel right here. So man, like I said, appreciate you having me, big dog.
Of course, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah,
Twan,
man.
what you got for us, man? Twan? I don't know if Twan's there.
Oh yeah, I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah, you're good, good.
I just I silenced it because I wanted everybody to get what
Yeah.
Kush was talking about. But again, it's a blessing again to be with everybody here on the panel. Thanks for sending the bat signal and
Of course.
what I'm saying, allowing for me to come on and talk a little Raider football. Blessings to everybody out there. Um, One thing I want to let you guys know is I thank you guys for all the support and love that you guys have shown. At this point, Raider Twan is not officially open. You know what I'm saying? It's not officially out yet, but I have reached a small milestone, and I'm going to release it right now. Raider Twan is now at 100 subscribers. And I know that I just thank all
Let's
that
go.
got me to that
Congratulations.
point. I know this is just a small feat to what's going to come. And get ready because I actually am getting ready to really do a full release. I got to do some, still trying to put some final pieces on the product itself. So when I come out, you guys will get a good quality show. But yeah, Raider Twan is at 100 subscribers. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And my final thought, in my tone of Jerry Springer, my final thought is: you are a blessing. Be a blessing to someone else.
It's a fact, man. And I know Ern's not here and had to go, but Ern was of course simulcasting on his channel. So if you guys want, go like it up over there, go subscribe to him. He's been doing his thing, man. Like I said, I like seeing things like this, you know. Just because I've been MIA and stuff like that doesn't mean I don't watch reruns or try my best to watch reruns and stuff like that. Like I said, bro, people think I make up excuses or I just don't want to do things. Nah, I'd be really um many people don't know a lot of stuff about my life, what's going on, and I don't like to say things a lot. But like I said, there's a lot of busyness going on in my life. There's a lot of things going on, so sometimes, yes, I always get made fun of backing up a show or canceling a show. Just know that I don't do that just because I don't want to do it. It's just because there's things going on. But I appreciate everybody that supported, man. We had about 60 people in here at a certain point and 50 plus throughout. So I appreciate you guys a lot for that. Hit that like button, subscribe, man. We're still on the road to 2,000, man. And I know even for myself that I got to stay consistent. And, because I've been a little bit MIA and that's kind of, backing up a little bit of how many people watch me because people think I'm done with my channel because of how much times I take off the channel. But trust me, I'm still here. I'm still every day trying my best to be here. And tomorrow we'll be back. I promise you. I promise everything on my life. Tomorrow I'll be back. But besides that, like I said, man, this was a NFL draft analysis. I appreciate Kush. I appreciate Twan. I appreciate Ern. Remember how I always end up things. And soon, I don't know if tomorrow I need to talk to somebody before I do it. I'll probably give a 10-second just because it's getting closer and closer to the season and it's getting closer overall. I think I might do a 10-second, just a 10-second little intro preview. There's a new intro on the works. It's a very interesting one. It's nothing that I've done before. I promise you that. But
Okay.
Besides that, there's other things I'm cooking up. I'm trying my best to get people on here to interview. Players perhaps. That's in the works, and hopefully I could pull it off. But besides that, man, like I said, remember my saying now: mind over matter. Especially when people don't like you, remember it's mind over matter. You shouldn't mind, and they don't matter. And even though things like that happen, life goes on, and you keep pushing it forward because life is too short. There's no need to keep dwelling on things that are holding you back from reaching your potential. and hopefully these guys on the Raiders reach their potential. So on that note, y'all, back tomorrow, UDFA's NFL draft talk again. Same people like always, and besides that, man, blessings to you guys and your families, man. This was the SC Experience, aka your boy Eric, man, and Kush, Twan, and Ern, and we have a good night, y'all. Peace out.